time. We're here. We're alive. We're on the air. Okay. I got my green t-shirt on today because I'm pulling out all the stops to make markets go higher. I'm doing everything I can for you people. You got to help me out here. Wish me all the luck in the world because I'm up against it today. All the indexes are negative to start the day. The Chinese keep cracking down on stocks. Stocks are under pressure. Earnings are coming out later today for the big FANG companies. I mean, there's no pressure here. There's no. How you doing? Welcome to the show. It's your buddy Uncle Bruce here. It's Tuesday, July the 27th, 2021, and we're getting ready for a big day today. It is Super Tuesday, so we have Apple coming out with earnings today, Microsoft coming out with earnings today, Alphabet, which is Google, coming out with earnings today. We're going to find out how much more money they're sitting on. They all have cash in their bank accounts, billions and billions and billions. We're going to find out how much more they have by the end of the day, how much more in earnings they're going to make. The street is expecting blowout numbers from all of these guys. And that is not going to be a surprise, by the way. It's not like the street's going, oh, wow, they're making more money than last year. The street knows this. The question is by how much? And then the other question on everyone's mind, and this, I don't care if you're ATIP where the stock is down or Apple where you're at all-time highs. The question is, yeah, but what about next quarter? Well, what are you going to do? Like, how good is it going to be next year? So we got a lot of questions and wonderment. One of the questions out there right now is, okay, the S&P is at 4,400, all-time record high, ballpark. NASDAQ 15,100, all-time high. The Dow at 34,900, all-time high. If these companies, the big three, these three biggies today, if these guys are generating the kind of money people think they're generating, the PE multiples will be recalculated and calibrated on their trading sites. They'll be brought down, and that's a good thing, because of course if you take Apple from let's see where we were last night. Let me give you a quick update here on the fly. Bruce is working it. Apple yesterday in real life is trading at close to 149 roughly. It's trading at 33.4 times earnings as of last night's close. Okay, 33.49. That's too high. But it's not too high if the earnings that are now going to be registered tonight, and we recalibrate this PE multiple, say tomorrow, day after, this PE multiple shows 24 instead of 34 or 33 and a half. Is that just right? And if this quarter we're in now, which they will report on in 3 months from now, is as good as the last two quarters have been and will be a blowout versus last year's next quarter, that means could the shares go up to 30, 32 times PE multiple now to the next quarter? And then when the next quarter numbers come out, the PE multiples will be readjusted down again into the mid-20s, thereby continuing the cycle. And this is the big question for the markets as a whole and individual companies like Apple, Microsoft, Google, Facebook, and everybody else. This is the biggie, the question of questions. The pattern has been for the last now couple of years that the markets are markets are getting ahead of the earnings, and then the earnings catch up and leapfrog the market, or seems to be, and then the market catches up and leapfrogs the earnings again. And the companies keep delivering the results. Last night, Tesla delivered results that the street was not necessarily predicting with any conviction. But when the results were released, the street kind of went, whew, they exhaled a little bit, going, wow, Tesla beat on the top line, top actual gross revenue coming in the front door, and on the bottom line, net profit. And they actually had $1 billion plus profit in a quarter, first time ever, which is symbolic, of course, but is another indicator where skeptics and observers are going to go, well, if Tesla can generate these kinds of revenues, just think how much money Apple can generate, Microsoft, because these are mature companies. These are very mature companies. They've gone through their growth phases like Tesla is right now. They did this 30 years ago. They've come and, obviously they've had their highs and lows, but in Apple's case, obviously the last 15 years, wow, it's gone nuts. But they're now really mature companies with global presence, global penetration, and multiple income streams for both of these companies, Microsoft and Apple, and now Google. Multiple income streams rather than just one little source of money. Tesla is a car maker, and they're into the solar business and the battery storage business. And yes, they're into all of this. But everybody's watching the car numbers. Are they selling vehicles? Are you producing more than before? How are you coming along with your factories in Austin and Berlin now, these new factories? Are you going to expand the Shanghai plant? What's your number going to be? It's all about cars. Whereas these other companies have multiple income streams, which give them multiple protection and a very solid foundation. And that is why pension funds and mutual funds and hedge funds and ETFs buy into the Apple shares, the Microsoft shares, the Google shares, and others, because they are, multi-plateaued from a number of areas. Anyway, the market is the big market, the big stock market. The S&P, the NASDAQ, the Dow averages, they're all reflective of the shares that make up their index, and the shares that make up their index are the biggest hitters in the world, publicly traded companies. And now we're watching these results coming up to see how things go. But while all this is going on, while we have an all-time record high, we have inflation, spiking here and there, but we all think it's transitory. Which, in other words, we're talking about one-off inflation factors as things restart. We have a couple of things needling us. One is the variant, this virus variant. This is a pain in the rear end that just doesn't want to go away, and we are partially to blame. Now, when I say we, I don't mean specifically you and I exactly. I mean we as a human race. We are to blame for the continued problem of this dang virus, because despite all there's no more evidence you can give to someone who doesn't want to get a vaccine when you say to them, "Oh, well, take a look at the ICU ward here in Alabama. Here, let's go to Tuscaloosa. Let's go to Mobile. Let's go to Montgomery. Let's go to New Orleans. Let's go to St. Louis. Let's go. You tell me the city. Let's go to the ICU ward. Let's find out how many people are in here that are here from COVID. How many of them in here have been vaccinated, and how many that are in here have not?" And you'll come up with a consistent report from every doctor and every nurse who has no agenda. They just don't want you here. They don't need you to make their numbers. They want to get rid and be done with COVID cases in their hospitals. They don't want them in there. They would rather be treating people for hip operations and knee replacements and disease control, whatever it is, the human condition. But they're really not interested in being COVID practitioners. That's not what they live for, because it's a depressing deal, because the survival rates aren't that great. Once you're on a ventilator, you're that far down the road, man, are you in trouble. In any event, you talk to the doctors and ask them, how many patients have you got that are vaccinated versus not vaccinated? And it just keeps coming back at 99+%. I mean, that's it. That's the end of the story. I don't have to justify anything. No one has to justify anything. You don't get vaccinated, you're asking for it. You get it, you get it. And Jennifer and I were talking about this the other day, and we're becoming heartless. We're kind of going, well, you get the virus and you didn't get a vaccine, you die, tough. Like, we're just becoming that heartless about it. Like, if this isn't good enough for you, then nothing is good enough for you. Then okay, then nothing's good enough. I accept your position. Nothing will change your mind to get vaccinated. Fair enough. That end of story, I get it. You catch it and you get very ill and you survive, God bless you. You catch it, it doesn't bother you at all. It's just a little cough. It's God bless you. You catch it, it gives you lifelong physical problems, too bad. You catch it and you die a miserable, horrible death. Sorry. What am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to kneel beside the bed in the hospital and pray for you? It ain't going to happen. You had your shot. They're available free. You can get vaccinated anywhere you want in certain countries. And I'm talking US, Canada, and in certain Europe. You don't want to do it? You don't want to do it. Okay, you don't want to do it. But don't come crying to me now that, well, the government didn't protect me and all. No, don't give me that song and dance. In any event, the problem with this dang virus, if there are too many hosts, the virus can still find because they didn't get vaccinated. And it's spreading to the kids. It's spreading to the children, the youngers. And I'm just grateful that my 33-year-old daughter got her shots. And she was really eager to get them. And all her friends, they were very eager to get their shots. I'm really happy that happened. That's one less thing for me to worry about, that I don't want the phone call where she's not feeling too well and it went to the hospital and has been admitted into the hospital. And I can't visit her because we can't go in there. You're not allowed in. I don't want that phone call. I don't want that. And so we're hoping we don't get that ever. But this variant thing is a problem. And what I wonder about on a personal level, to be greedy about it, being a Canuck, a Canadian, we'd kind of like to go down to the States this winter and avoid winter finally, because we had to stay here all last winter and couldn't get out. I'd kind of like to head south and drive down there and spend some time in California and Arizona and maybe Florida and visit in person some of my viewers. I kind of like to do that. The problem is I might not be allowed to do that. We might not be allowed to drive across this border all this year. Because as of yesterday, the United States government made it painfully clear and obvious that although Canada is opening its border to fully vaccinated Americans to come into Canada as of August the 9th, the U.S. will not reciprocate that favor. Even fully vaccinated Canadians in vehicles are not welcome at this point in time. And the reason they're citing is the COVID variants, the variants of the COVID vaccines, virus. And here in Canada, we're kind of going, well, it's kind of funny you say that because 80+% of eligible Canadian adults who could get the virus have the vaccine, have got the vaccine. We have it. Those of us who can get both shots, I think we're now at 55-60% Canada. It's quickly rising. It's one of the highest numbers in the developed world, but until Canada gets to the 90s, we're not going to be satisfied. And here in Canada, we're encouraging our fellow citizens, get your vaccines. Come on, let's get this done. Let's make the numbers in Canada really plummet and show the planet, hey, it works, okay? But if we can't cross the U.S. border by land, that restricts us to air. At the moment, it's still available, but it makes it much more, it makes it more difficult for Jennifer and I because now we have to rent a car when we get there. And we can only bring down what we can bring down in suitcases when we get there. We know it's not the end of the world. It's not a hardship. We can always, if there's something we need down there, we can buy it. It's all right. However, it would sure be nice to have land traffic open again because for the border communities between Vancouver, Seattle, and Detroit, Windsor, and Toronto, Buffalo, and all the number of Canadians and Americans across the border when open is staggering. The numbers are staggering, and the trade, Americans coming up for a couple of days to see friends, Canadians going down to see friends. I mean, the money spent by it's staggering. The jobs created, staggering. It's phenomenal, fantastic. It's great, awesome. Not happening right now, and so we're still running around with one hand tied behind our back. That's the one issue that's gnawing at the market. It's gnawing at us, and it's gnawing at the market because there are companies out there who are insisting that their employees come back to the office for September. There are companies out there who want their employees back in their cubicles and at their desks for September. And there are a number of employees out there who are saying, ain't gonna happen, buddy. I've moved on. I'm working for you for now, but I've already got gigs lined up, or I am actively seeking employment elsewhere so I can still work from home. But the problem now that seems to be happening is all of a sudden there are analysts going, wait a minute, if this variant thing is the fifth wave or the sixth wave or whichever wave we're talking about, this thing is going to kick in. We may be shut down all winter yet again. And we may be on restrictions all over the place. We heard yesterday, I heard yesterday, maybe you heard yesterday, that state of California, for example, they're talking about very frequent testing of non-vaccinated state employees at their offices if they're coming to work. And if you are negative, you stay home. And I'm thinking you're not getting paid. Like, I'm getting the impression that the state is going to get to the point where you don't get vaccinated, you're losing all kinds of rights and benefits and everything else. And then you can go to a lawyer and sue us, and it'll take you 10 years to get to a court because we're busy right now with a whole bunch of stuff. So you're broke in the meantime because you didn't get vaccinated. New York City, New York State, they're looking at multiple frequent testing. I don't know what to tell you guys. I just wonder about if the economy is just not going to be able to fire up on all cylinders across all sectors, because certain businesses are just going to be limited to the ability to bring their employees in or be able to function without knowing who in the store has got the vaccine, who's been vaccinated, who hasn't, because of the problem of this darn virus. It will continue to be a problem until it has nowhere to go. And right now it has plenty places to go. There's that one. That's hanging over the market. And that's bad news for the stock market because we are at record highs now. And the Apples of the world make money. Sure, that's great. But it doesn't mean everyone in America makes money just because Apple makes money. Apple is doing all right. Microsoft's doing all right. Yeah, their business plans and their business operations are working. But mom and pops out there and medium-sized companies out there, they're struggling. They're trying to get going again. And they may still have this sputtering economy to deal with for quite a long time, much longer than we thought. Just hate to keep bringing it up, but it is what it is. But the other thing that's gnawing at me and making me worry, and I keep bringing this one up, and some of you hate it when I say this, but I'm not going to stop because it is becoming more and more prevalent and more obvious and more it is being put in our faces more and more, and we don't like it, but it is, and it is the China problem. We have a China problem. And overnight, Hong Kong lost another 4% value on its markets. And that is ground zero right there. Hong Kong is being attacked by the Chinese authorities in every way, shape, and form to be completely made domicile and to be tamed to be just another boring old Chinese city that's going to be completely dominated by the Communist Party. And this means the complete crushing, the complete annihilation of free thought, free enterprise, and an entrepreneurial spirit. We're talking, you're going to run it the way we run it at a state level, and you're going to join the party whether you like it or not. And we are making laws in our books that are being passed in Beijing to be then forced down your throats in Hong Kong that basically call you a traitor to the country, a terrorist, a criminal, whatever we have to call you. You're the bad guys if you think like you used to think in Hong Kong. If you're thinking the Western ways, you're bad news. And it is now becoming evident in the markets where Chinese-based corporations listed in the United States and elsewhere are now being targeted by the officials in Beijing for termination. Basically, they're being rubbed out, and they're being cut off with all kinds of locked doors to not get out anymore and keep expanding their business. And they're being hemmed in inside the China thing. And this is bad news for shareholders. This is bad news for bondholders. A couple of things are going on that are not being reported on heavily, but is happening. Apparently, if anyone out there, and I'm not talking about Americans per se, but there are worldwide institutions that invest everywhere. They specialize in investing everywhere. And a lot of pension funds and hedge funds and ETFs globally, not American-based, I mean globally. So they could be US, Canada, European, what have you. They're involved, and they have bought up bonds of Chinese companies, because a lot of companies out of China have gone public and have also raised money in the bond market. This is normal business 101. There's nothing new here. The yields on the bonds are a reflection of what investors think and how they think and what bankers think about how well the company is doing. The higher the interest rates that you can earn by buying a bond from this company or this company, that company, the worse off the company is doing. The lower the interest rate that you can get from a bond that a corporation issues means the company's doing better. It's a lower risk. So if you want to buy Apple bonds, and they're out there, you can buy an Apple bond, you're going to get a 0.5% interest, 0.25% interest, because Apple is good for it. They have more cash in their bank account than they have bonds issued. So yeah, any Apple bond will be fully paid. You own bonds in various Chinese corporations, and I'm talking now about hundreds. I'm not talking about a couple on the New York Stock Exchange or on NASDAQ, the couple of dozen in the US. I'm not talking about these guys. I'm talking about hundreds, if not thousands of companies, Chinese companies, that have gone out there and are trading publicly on Hong Kong, Shanghai, and other exchanges, and they've also issued bonds. Those bonds are plummeting, because investors globally are getting the hell out of Dodge. Run, Forrest, run is what I keep saying to any of you out there. Any of you who are watching me, listening to me, hearing me. If you own anything Chinese, any stock, I don't care if it's Alibaba or any of these guys, get out. Get out. Sell now. Dump it. Walk away. The bonds are plummeting everywhere, and the yields that are now being that you can now make buying a Chinese bond, if you're stupid enough to be a buyer, you're getting higher yields than Turkish-based corporations, where they have a dictator screwing it all up left, right, and center. This Erdogan moron. You buy Turkish bonds, you're a real idiot. Chinese bonds are worse than the Turkish. They're worse than the Ukraine. The Ukrainian-based corporations. Ukraine has a little problem. They have Russian troops sitting in its country that won't leave. They have a little issue there. Ukraine bonds are under pressure. Third world bonds are doing better than the Chinese bonds right now for all these Chinese corporations. And the state is not stopping its crackdown. It continues its crackdown because their thinking is, if you're a wealthy Chinese individual, you're going to be brought back into the homeland, and you're going to be made to be subservient to the Communist Party. We're not going to let you going to let you spread your wings so much anymore. I am betting you that there are a bunch of Chinese nationals who are trying to find a way to get their assets out of their country without being caught doing it. They're trying to find a way to trade their way out of it. They're trying to find a way to perhaps get themselves out and their family members. The problem is, if you have you're very wealthy and you have a large family, extended family, you have to be careful as the head of the family, because if they sense in Beijing that you and your immediate family might be making these kinds of moves, you'll notice all of a sudden that all kinds of your relatives are just not in touch with you anymore. You just can't reach Uncle Fester anymore and Auntie whatever. They haven't been home for weeks. Where are they? Well, they're in what we call re-education camps right now. They're being re-educated to not listen to the guy at the rich one in the family. Whatever he says is wrong. You have to do it the old Beijing way. You might think I'm making this crap up and I'm just spouting old man stuff, but guys, we're talking a whole different world here. We're talking 1950s again. The 1950s. East German, West German, communist way, the way it used to be in Poland, the way it used to be in Czechoslovakia, the way it was in Hungary, the way it was in Eastern Europe. I'm talking about ways where if you were out of line and heading a little too far to the west, you would find that all kinds of your relatives, friends, and associates just weren't around for a while, and they would be interviewed by the secret police. And then the next time you saw your best friend, you're asking him how he's going. He said, "I can't really talk to you right now. I can't talk to you. I'll talk to you later. I can't talk to you," because they're being wired. They're wired, and they're basically now agents of the secret police, and they're reporting on you to them. And if they don't have reports, they get rearrested and they disappear for a while. Normal. That was normal. You guys don't know this. If you're under 50, you don't know. If you're under 30, you definitely have no clue. You have no clue. Not that I lived there. Thank God I was never in it. But I did have relatives through my parents and whatnot, and they knew, and they would tell me, "Yeah, we were writing a letter to distant cousin who lives in Poland, and just telling him what's going on, how we're doing, how are you doing?" And then the letter would come back like a month later. Everything's great. Job is fantastic. Everyone's doing fantastic. But life is good. We're all healthy. Thanks for writing. And you wouldn't get this. You wouldn't get the scoop because they couldn't talk. Their letters were read on the way out, and the letters they were getting on the way in were read by officials who opened the mail. In every one of these countries. China, it's all digital. It's all totally supervised. It is complete crackdown. Run, Forrest, run. If you have anything to do with a Chinese investment, get the hell out. It is, I can't yell it any louder than that. The thing that you have to understand too is it's not like I'm saying to you guys, oh, if you don't have any Chinese investments, don't worry about it. You're okay. I'm warning you folks that there could be a spillover effect into other areas. And this is what I wonder about. I don't yet know which companies are safe and which ones are not safe a year from now, 2 years from now, and 3 years from now, that are Western-based corporations with Chinese-based subsidiary scenarios, and or Western-based corporations outside of China. That means Australia, New Zealand, Japan, South Korea, all of Asia, all of Europe, all of North America. I'm talking about any Western-based entities that are not under direct communist rule, but happen to have very strong relationships, either on the manufacturing level, the distribution level, the assembly level, whatever. I mean, Starbucks has locations in China. KFC has locations in China. Apple makes their phone in China. Parts for cars, parts for toaster ovens, refrigerators are manufactured in China, are shipped out to factories around the world, maybe to Vietnam, maybe to Indonesia for assembly, and then from there to North America or Europe for sale. And we're talking about supply chain issues that could come up in the next year or 2 or 3 as this feud and dispute, Cold War, is developing between what we think is China and US, but what reality says is China and everybody else, because the Chinese are starting to fill up their lungs with air going, we're the dominant player now. We're like America. You got to cheat us like you have to fear us like you fear America for retribution. And it's either our way or the highway, because you don't need America anymore. You can just deal with us and you'll do just fine. And the third world is being wooed by the Chinese with all kinds of infrastructure projects, all kinds of investments, and the Chinese want a return for that. And they're getting returns for that. They're getting votes in the United Nations, where they are buying votes against condemnation of this, or getting China to be part of the Human Rights Council, or to defeat any kind of a sanction against China for genocide scenarios, and all this kind of stuff. They're buying their way into what they believe is global legitimacy. And they're doing it via the dollar, or their currency, into third world countries that have just as much standing as any other country does when it comes to UN votes or anything else. Folks, I'm telling you, these guys are not going to stop. They're not here for a party. They're here to dominate. And they're finding their way into the business, into the system. And it could well be that Western-based businesses that are listed on Frankfurt, London, New York, NASDAQ, Toronto Stock Exchanges, any other exchanges that you name around the world, you may find that these companies are now going to have trouble because of supply chain scenarios, because the Chinese are going to think to themselves, we're going to make it easy for Chinese-based corporations to produce their product at super cheap prices. And we're going to make it more difficult for non-Chinese companies to be able to produce product through us, which gives us a competitive advantage on the global economic ladder. And so you go into Home Depot one day and you're looking for a refrigerator, and the folks at Home Depot are experts at bringing product in from around the world and supplying Americans with the cheapest product at the best price, best product at the cheapest price possible. And you're looking at 15 models of refrigerators, maybe 20 models of refrigerators, washers and dryers, dishwashers, whatever the heck it is. And you're going to realize, oh, wow, I can get this fridge with all these bells and whistles for $850. I can get this one for $1,150. This one's $1,600. You're going to start seeing price points. You can notice that certain brands are cheaper than other brands, and you get more. And the brands offer you maybe a lifetime warranty or a 10-year guaranteed warranty or whatever the perk is over and above. If you do your homework, you might find that in many cases, the cheapest product with the most bells and whistles are the all China made product. And the one that isn't is the US based or Canadian based or European based manufacturer that has had supply problems and parts problems, can't get parts at the same price. And they're all in court with the World Trade Organization. All these companies and these countries are in court to fight the Chinese in court to reverse these tariffs and what have you. But they take 5 to 10 years to get in front of a judge. In the meantime, you need a fridge today. You need a stove today. You need whatever you need now. You're a builder of a subdivision. You need 300 refrigerators, stoves, ovens, microwaves. You need them now. You're going to look to buy, and your bottom line is your bottom line. You're trying to make money on your transactions. Are you going to pay double the price for a refrigerator versus another brand because of loyalty to China or not? You're not going to care. In many cases, the answer is obvious. You're going to get the cheapest priced item for your business, for your profit margin, and then you'll support anti-Chinese efforts in spirit, but when it comes to the wallet wins. And that is the game. And this is the Chinese way. These guys know sooner or later you'll come their way because they're cheaper than anybody else, because they can control their costs. They control their labor. There are no independent unions in China, okay? They don't go on strike in China, okay? Ever. They don't. They go to jail. They don't go on strike. So with all that happy talk, yours truly is saying to you, there are clouds on the horizon that we have to watch for, even though, and right now, as of today, certain big corporations are making incredible money. They're making unbelievable profits right now. The reality, though, is that there's a cost to having these made somewhere else rather than in North America or in Europe, where the customers are. If this was made in North America and had Canadian parts and or Canadian labor in here and American labor and American parts, then this $1,300 or $1,100 item, whatever the cost of this thing was, all the dollars would flow inside North America. But that's not the way it's going. The profits are flowing to Apple. Yep, they're making a killing on these, an absolute killing. We're going to find out later today how much they make. But the reality is that what they're paying to get this manufactured is a fraction of what they would pay if they had it delivered and produced in North America. And these guys are up against all the other brands out there for your loyalty, your business, that also have their product made in the same place, China. And it's a war to the bottom. It's an absolute war to the very bottom. Why is it that most of the clothing we wear in North America, a high percentage of the clothing that we buy, that we can buy, that we can afford to buy, where is it made? Is it made in Kentucky, Tennessee, South Carolina, Pennsylvania, Ohio? Nope. It used to be clothing in the 50s, 60s was USA made, Canada made, Europe made. Now the clothing that we buy and we use, most of it is Vietnam made, Bangladesh, Pakistan, India. We're talking just steps away from the absolute bottom of the third world or close to it, because it's a race to the bottom. Macy's and Hudson's Bay Company and any retailer, any massive retailer you want to mention, all the brands you guys love, the top selling brands you go to at your shopping mall. I don't care if it's cheap clothing to middle high priced clothing. It is likely produced in a third world country at pennies on the dollar compared to a North American employee. And we are addicted to cheap prices. and we cannot afford to pay $50 for a t-shirt. We are love to pay $5, $10, $15 for a t-shirt. And when we go to a Walmart and buy a t-shirt at Walmart, a generic t-shirt, you would never think to pay more than $12, $15 for a t-shirt at a Walmart. I mean, you got to be kidding me. Where is that t-shirt made and supplied from? Yeah, it's the third world. And that's the way it is. And that's the way it's been for decades. And everything we buy for the house, whether it's the vacuum cleaner, whether it's a broom, whether it's spatulas, knives and forks, the basics of the basics are produced in a third world country because we can't afford and will not pay double the price to have it made locally. We just won't. We're grinders. And that, of course, has allowed us to have a better standard of living in a way, but it's also meant power, economic power in certain hands that you might not be happy about. And the Chinese are now flexing their muscle. They figured it out. They're going, these Americans are so addicted to our stuff and so the Europeans are too, and the Africans and the South Americans. I mean, the world is so addicted to our crap that we make at such cheap prices that as long as we control our population with an iron fist, and we keep them out of the internet, we keep them out of Google, we keep them out of YouTube, we keep them out of Facebook, we keep them out of the outside world, so they don't realize how they're being screwed with by us at the top end of this regime. As long as we keep these 1.3 billion people under control, it's good for this system we got going here. But the minute that 1.3 billion can go their own direction, oh, we got problems. We got all kinds of free thinkers all over. We got to stop that. That's the bottom line. And they can control their costs by controlling their population. This game continues. One more thing I'll mention about the China thing. I heard this morning, and it just blows my mind. I remember back in, this would have been about 2000 and about 3, 4, 5, something like that. My daughter was, at that time we were in California, and my daughter was in high school, in her last year of high school. And in the last year of high school, what do you concentrate on in the United States? SAT scores, the SATs. SATs are the dominant topic of every household in the United States where you have a child looking to go into college. So it's like what would that be? There's the senior and the junior. The junior year is where SAT talk really dominates. And then the senior year, you've already taken your SATs. Our daughter came to us and was begging us, please let me take classes that are being offered by company whatever to be a better SAT writer, to be an exam, to prep up for SATs. In effect, parents in our valley, we were Palm Desert, Palm Springs, Rancho Mirage, Indian Wells, La Quinta, California, just outside of LA, and then all of LA and all of America. Parents were paying gazillions of dollars to get their kids prepped for their SAT tests to maximize their SAT scores. And these were counseling sessions, after-hours sessions, summer classes, you name it. And our daughter wanted in because everyone in her class, that's all they talked about was, I got to get ready for SATs, and that means we got to do this, we got to do that, we got to do that. So our daughter, we enrolled her in that. She did very well, and she was accepted into, she could go on almost anywhere she wanted. But she ended up choosing to come back to Canada. That's America. All right, that's America. Now, I believe from what I can recall, I think we were paying I think you could pay as little as $200 or $300 for a miniature little class session, or you could pay thousands of dollars for intensive weeks-long sessions. It all depended on what kind of budget you had and how far you wanted it to go. That was then. Now, let me talk to you about China. One of the sectors of companies that the Chinese government has cracked down on dramatically is known as the education sector, the so-called, what am I looking for? The tutoring sector, where there are companies out there who do online tutoring for kids, Chinese children, to help them with their equivalent of an SAT. Now, their system is completely different than the North American system. I can't explain it to you other than I can say, I believe at a certain young age, like maybe 8 to 10, it begins. And by the age of 13, 14, it is predetermined where your child is headed. Your child is headed for school that's going to take him to engineering. Your child is headed for school for medical. Your child is likely headed for advanced studies in engineering or mechanical engineering, or you're going to become a welder, or this is predetermined way early on, and it's just the way it is. Okay, parents are in China are so attuned to their child's success that they are paying the equivalent of a year's salary, 1 year's salary, towards tutoring their child to get them into the highest level possible, starting at age 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And this is unthinkable for most of us in North America. I think I can imagine, but there are parents who are engineers. They are lawyers. They are doctors. They're accountants. They're high-end architects. I mean, these folks are making some scratch in China. A year of their salary is dedicated to the child's furtherment of education over and above the system itself, to ensure or maximize the possibility that the child can go into a higher grade college, school, whatever you have it, to get the maximum degree possible. And then, of course, the parents are very much involved in the child dating and marrying the right mate, soulmate, that also has high aspirations and so on, to continue the family name to a higher level. Social pressure is unbearable. And then, of course, you got to have kids, and you got to be married, you got to be on. I mean, it's just unbearable. In any event, this is life. And I just wanted to mention today that the Chinese government is cracking down on these outfits that are doing this, because the Chinese government is noticing and has noticed that a number of kids that have no business being in college or university for certain degrees should be there. They have not got the skill. They know how to write a certain test, but they don't have the aptitude for the career that their parents are pushing them into. Because the old saying used to be back in the 50s and 60s, your mom would always say, well, I want my son to be a doctor. I want my son to become a lawyer or a doctor. And the kid is going, I want to be a musician. There was always this divide between parents' hopes and aspirations and the child's wishes and dreams. Well, that continues unabated, probably globally, but in many families in China, the child's future is predetermined by the parents and the grandparents. The family order is relentless, and a year's salary is dedicated to getting that child the biggest break possible. It is unbelievable. So even these companies that are publicly traded are getting crushed by the Chinese government. They are completely crushing them because they're trying to keep the very rich, the uber rich of China, in check, to keep them as communists, like everyone else is a communist. And it hasn't been working the last 10 years, because there are many Chinese who've become billionaires within the system, and the Chinese government is putting a stop to that. And it started with Mr. Ma from Alibaba, the guy we never hear from anymore, the guy who's basically under house arrest in his own home, who can't leave his house, and hasn't now for probably 2 years. And you're not going to hear from him for a long time, if ever. I don't know if we'll ever hear from him again. Just so you know what's going on over there and how dominant they are over their own people. Anyway, that is the rant from your buddy Bruce to get things started. The Dow is down 84 points to start the morning. S&P is down 6.8. NASDAQ is up 1.5. Crude is down 2 cents. Nothing serious going on there. The market today is awaiting the results, financial results, from the big companies today. That's what it's all about. It's all about Microsoft, Apple, Google, and others. They're waiting for reports. And then tomorrow, and then the day after tomorrow, all this week, the big boys are coming up with their numbers, along with hundreds of others of companies who are being all ignored because they're all focusing in on the streets, focusing in on the big numbers from the big companies, obviously so. And so a lot of the rest of the market is being ignored at this point. That's what we've got going on here in this channel's little room. With the limited number of people I have following me, we are following certain stocks, and how are they doing is the question mark that people want to know. I'm looking at pre-markets now with 14 minutes to go. ATI Physical Therapy showing me at the moment a 446 pre-market trade with 100,000 traded. Now this is a fraction of what we had yesterday morning. We had a lot more action yesterday morning, and this actually is a good thing. It's down. Yeah, I admit it's down to 450, but it is not off another $1.50. We don't have enough volume here to cause any great concern. If we were at 1.5 million and sitting at 375, I'd be going, hey, this is going to $3. But it doesn't look to me like it's going to happen. There may be a wave of selling in the first 20 minutes, but I kind of get the impression that once that's done with, the shock of the number yesterday and the whole event yesterday, it's over. It's already over. Because of this, you don't need a phone call from a stockbroker to tell you how bad off you are on your ATIP. You knew yesterday morning before the market opened, if you're watching me, or you likely got an alert from your online platform trader that was sent out by the computer generators to tell you that your stock is off more than 10% or off 20%, whatever the alert was. You were all made aware of this within an hour yesterday morning during the pre-market and the opening market. So it doesn't come as any surprise to most of you today to know that the shares yesterday closed at 472, and you are already aware, without me helping you, that the shares are at 445 a share right now. But what I want you to be aware of, and what these apps probably will not tell you, because these apps are not designed to tell you what I'm going to tell you, is as an ex-broker and desk trader, in other words, at the heartbeat of the market itself, without a million shares trading in the pre-market, this down dip might be over. Those who wanted out already got out. And those who were thinking of getting out, but they had to sort of double check and really, make sure they really wanted to get out, they looked into this scenario, they looked into this story, and they determined that either, yeah, I'm getting out, and they got out last night, or no, I'm not getting out, I'm staying in. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pick up some more. Because as far as ATI Physical Therapy is concerned, the reality of this company in the long run, when it's all said and done, is that they have the biggest problem they've got. The biggest problem they have as a corporation is not the stock price. That's not it. It's not a bunch of lawyers who are claiming to be investigating fraud allegations against the management of the. That's not a problem, because that is hot air from law firms trying to find clients who will send them retainers so they can just have a bunch of money to sit on and try to make up a bogus case that probably doesn't exist. That's not the biggest problem for ATIP. The biggest problem for ATIP is staff. They're trying to hire enough people for their therapy centers to handle the business. That's their biggest problem. They cannot handle all the people coming to them to get physical therapy treatment. Certain locations, they're fully staffed and they're fine. Certain locations, they're more or less handling it, more or less. But many of their locations, they are understaffed, and they've got a waiting list of people who would like to get in for therapy. Doctors are sending people to ATIP therapy centers for treatment. Hospitals, post-surgery people, youngster that hurt themselves skateboarding and needs therapy for their leg or their ankle or their whatever the therapy needed. There's a million reasons why people need physical therapy at all ages. The reality for ATIP is they don't have a shortage of business. They don't have a shortage of clients. They can make double the money they're making now. They could generate double the amount of money they're breaking in if only they had enough staff to handle the business, because you cannot have one therapist handle 5 patients at a time. It's one at a time, one-on-one. And you have 8 or 10 therapists in the center with a receptionist to handle the clientele and the paperwork. You're handling 10 clients at a time with 10 people sitting in the waiting area to get in, or 10 people with appointments that they've made digitally coming into the door. This is the way it is. I do not know how large these centers are because I haven't been in one myself, But I can imagine that they have enough space for between 5 and 10 and 15 therapists to handle all kinds of different therapies that are needed. But they don't have enough staff. They're short on staff. And they're in competition with every health center in the United States that is suffering from burnout and short staff problems themselves because of the, guess what I'm going to say, the virus, the COVID virus that has completely crushed the American and Canadian and European health systems to the point where they are running at 65% capacity right now as far as the ability to handle the problems, because these folks are exhausted. It has been a year and a half of people coming in to these centers in really bad shape. And these folks don't have the energy to keep doing what they're doing. They had 6 months of energy, and then they rotated staff over for another 4 or 5 months. But now the last 6-8 months, they have reached the end of their role. The bench is empty. Even the third stringers have got all the hours they could possibly want. And there's a help wanted sign at almost in every region of the world. There have got to be help wanted signs, including ATIP physical therapy. And so there's this demand issue for staff, and ATIP is in the middle of it. And so the stock is far too cheap. This company is trading at half of its value, or less than half of its value that it was a couple months ago. And I don't think the company is valued at that level. I think this company is now undervalued as far as what it's really worth. But this is just your Uncle Bruce talking here in Creston, British Columbia. I'm not an analyst for Wells Fargo or Merrill Lynch or Goldman Sachs. And we haven't heard from these guys so much yet. There was there was an update from an outfit called Benchmark. They've downgraded the stock to a hold from a buy. That's all they've done. But I have seen no other reports from any other entities on ATI. Why? It's too soon. This all happened yesterday morning. It's going to take another week or so before we really hear the fallout. But by the time you hear from analysts coming out with what I've just told you about in a minute or two, it'll be a week or two from now, and the shares could already be $650. Just saying, it could be already $650. But we'll see what's going on. Apple price stock raised to 175 from 165. Canaccord Genuity, by the way. Matterport. Let's talk about Matterport for a second. We were watching that stock last night with a complete bewilderment. I wasn't anyway. Looking at the stock yesterday, it was at $14.40 for the high. It ended up at $13.67, down 53 cents, and it lost like 40 cents in the last 5 minutes of the day. Going, what the heck is going on, if anything? I have no answer for you on what caused the drop. I will say that right now it's at $13.72, and it's up a nickel. Fair enough. But the story I wanted to let you in on was I came up with I noticed this morning a little headline. It came out last night. I don't know what time this came out yesterday. It must have been 4:15 Eastern, so latter part of the day. Matterport to present at the Canaccord Genuity's annual growth conference. This is huge, good. This is huge good. This came out late last night. They're going to be in this growth conference for up-and-comers held by Canaccord Genuity, which smells to me like Canaccord Genuity is about to release a buy recommendation on these guys. You can count and you can bank on it that if you have been invited by Canaccord Genuity to come to their growth conference, their analyst is likely to recommend your stock to their clientele. I don't know how many clients Canaccord has, but it is many customers. Is it 1 million, 2 million? I don't actually know. If anyone knows, you let me know. I don't know how many there are, but they're going to be at this conference. It is going to be held, the 41st Annual Growth Conference, Thursday, August the 12th. And this is going to be a most interesting thingy. These guys at Matterport are looking to expose their corporation to as many new investors as humanly possible, any way possible. And they're now doing it through this. This is a brokerage firm's sponsored growth conference. This is exactly where you want to be. This is exactly how you want to be. This is exactly where every SPAC would love to dearly be. our former SPAC. You desperately want to be here. These guys are in, and I think this is fantastic. We know that Matterport is coming out with their financials. I think it's August, the day before. So there's a whole bunch of stuff happening that week, August 11th, August 12th, earnings reports, Genuity conference here. Look for more of this. Look for Matterport to be a relentless promoter of themselves, to let the world know who they are, what they do, and what they're about. I think it's fabulous. The stock, 1372 this morning, screaming at you, I'm a buy. I'm a buy. Pick me up. I will not let you down. We will promote ourselves. Unlike ATIP that gave us a silent treatment and then dropped a bomb on us, we'll still buy you, but we'll buy you now down here for something. I guess we'll do it down here if we have to. But yeah, Matterport, 1367. I don't know why it's down here. I don't know why it's this cheap. I don't get it, but it is. And so there you have it. Anyway, that is the story there. What else is going on? What about SoFi this morning? Let's take a look at SoFi. 1552 at the moment, down a penny on 131,000 shares. We know that they're coming up with their report, their earnings report. They've already announced their promotion of that. I would love to see news about SoFi where they also would be in front of others in like these Genuity type growth conferences. I mean, if this, I would love to hear it. I don't know. There's nothing here being said, but boy, I would love to know that they're working on this and that this kind of promotion is coming. That would be just fine with me. I love the stock, as you have to know, and I love the upside. GameStop this morning, 183.10, down 84 cents on 100. We're down 118 points on the Dow right now. We're down 84 cents on GameStop. Not too worried about that. 183.10. 23andMe, what is going on with these guys? 882, up 24 cents this morning. I want to hear and see some stuff. What's going on? I haven't got any news for you. I don't have any press I can find. If anyone hears anything, let me know. But 882 up a little bit at the moment, but only 21,000 shares traded. Maybe that's a good sign. 20,000 shares and it's up 20 cents a share. Yeah, come on, 23andMe. You owe us. We've been very patient with you, and it's time. It's time. Talk to us. Tell us how great you're going to be. I cannot wait for that info. We are 2 minutes away from the opening. Welcome one, welcome all to my show, Stock Markets with Bruce. I'm your buddy, Uncle Bruce. At least I want to be your buddy. Let me be your friend. Please be my friend. Apple is going to report later today. Google, Microsoft will watch for the openings here with great anticipation, to say the least. We're a minute away from the opening. Let's see what the market gives us today. By the way, TELUS, if you're out there watching me, anyone from TELUS, what the hell are you doing? You're my television provider. You're my internet provider. We don't have CNBC anymore. We have CNBC Worldwide, which means I get reruns of Greed Factor. I get reruns of how restaurants are being made to turn around and become better companies. What happened to Squawk Box? What happened to the halftime report? I'm now forced to watch on YouTube like everyone else these clips. What's going on? I would love to know from TELUS. What the hell are you doing to my television lineup without telling me? I have no idea what's going on. I do the best I can. Anyway, there you go. Fantastic. Matterport released a 3D walkthrough of NASDAQ on the day of their merger. Super impressive what their technology is capable of. Right on. These guys are great at promotion. Let's see what's happening. Here we go. Jefferies downgrades ATI Physical Therapy to hold, lowers price target to $5. Stock's almost there. Did you forget to press the like button for Bruce? Why would they do that? They hate me. Why would they want to do that? 244 thumbs up so far. That's a miracle that I even have 244. I am so unappreciated right now by so many people. Thank you, those of you who do give me thumbs ups. I appreciate it. We're trying. We're trying, kids. We're trying. Oh, man. 183.94 on GameStop. We're up 358 coming into the opening. Let's get this market going. Let's get this party started, please. I need my viewers to get rich. Nothing personal, but I want my viewers to get rich. We're at 15.33 on SoFi, down 18 cents first trade. We'll keep an eye on this, whether that, I'm sure that'll reflect an update here. I think we're even at 15.42 now on SoFi, down only 9 now. now 1551. So we're jumping around here. I can't be more specific than that. 1545, 1551 on the SoFi. GameStop, 182.49. I'm showing ATIP at 440. I'm showing AMC at 39.80. I've got Matterport at 1367, I think. I think that's where it's at. 1372 now on Matterport, up a nickel. So you tell me what this means. It's all just happening as we open up here. It's a hodgepodge of activity. 23andMe, 80,000 traded, sitting at 857, down a penny, I think. Let's see what else is going on with our stocks and our markets. Let me take a look at 23andMe now, 857. We're going to take a look here at a few others. Just stand by, folks, as everything is loading up at the same time. GameStop right now, 183.96, up a couple of pennies. We've got SoFi now at 15.43, down 8 cents. We have let's take a look. Matterport 13.73, up 6 cents right now. We're showing the Dow down 208, S&P down 19.9, and Nasdaq down 42. So we have a negative start to the day. ATIP 431, down 41 cents. Again, if you're looking for a deal on this stuff, you put in your limit buy orders. Penny above a nice round number. So a penny above 430, a penny above 425, a penny above 420, up over 410, over 405, over $4. 391 bids, 376 bids. If you get lucky, you get lucky. You get it super cheap. I don't know if you will, though. I don't know how much will come in. At the moment, on ATIP, we've had 391,000 come in. Not enough to cause a collapse of this stock from here. Not in my opinion. I could be wrong, but we are off 45 cents at the first 3-minute mark as of this second. That's what we're at right now. All right, Matterport looking unchanged. Fifth wall, I think it's down 52 cents, but I'm not sure. We'll wait for that in a couple more minutes. VACQ down 3 cents. NAVSite unchanged. Starboard down 3 cents. IBM down 59 cents. The Dow down 215, down 226, it looks like. Microsoft off 72 cents. Apple down 44. Tesla down $1.20. We've got the cruise lines underwater again, down $1 on Royal Caribbean, down 17 on Norwegian, down 24 on Carnival stock. Amazon down 21 bucks. Facebook down $1.40. Google up 24 cents. JP Morgan down $1.73. Goldman Sachs down 5.57. Cisco is sitting at, where have I got Cisco at here? Too much fun, too much excitement. Down 27 cents right now, just a fractional move there. SoFi, 15.42 last trade, down 9 cents at the moment. Alrighty. Continuing on, GameStop now, 184.25. That is near the high of the day. It's up 31 cents so far this morning. It is not getting sucked in on any sell-off at all. Matterport looks like it's up 3 cents now, 13.70. Very quiet, though, on volume. What else have we got going on here? AMC down just a bit. 23andMe, 8.51, down 7 cents. ATIP, 4.18. 420 right now, 420. So this is the low of the day. It got to a 408 low, touched 408. But now sitting at 420 on ATIP. We've got volume of 566,000 shares. Not enough. There should be 2 million in here by now if this is going to go much lower. But it is off, 419. It is off right now at 419. So there are deals here to be had if you're a long-term believer that this company will hire additional staff. They're probably doing it as we speak. And they will raise their guidance eventually. But you got to buy now when it looks terrible. You got to buy now when it looks awful. 415. Have you got the gumption? Can you really buy on a dip, or are you too afraid to do so? I understand if you are. It's human nature. It's just the way it's going. In any event, there you have it. What else have we got going on here? Thank you for joining me so far this morning. I wish I could give you happier news. But what we have is what we have. We've got miraculously 348 thumbs ups today, but 55 on the down dip. I get that. We got haters here today, as well as lovers. It's all right. There you have it. Thank you, guys. We'll do what we can. You make your money when you buy. William, you are correct, my friend. You make your money when you buy. And on ATIP, you buy now. You buy now when everyone wants out. This is when you get in, because this company is not going under by any means. These analytical adjustments, you want to see this. You want Jefferies to start following this stock. It's just another brokerage firm on top of the stock. People will debate whether this analyst is right or not. I don't care. I want them talking about this company. I want them looking into this company. I want them to analyze this company, and they'll figure out what I think I figured out. And if you believe me, great. They can't handle the business they've got coming in the front door. Too much business, not enough staff. This is actually a good problem. The stock is getting hammered by very upset investors. Let them out here, and off we go. That's all I can tell you. Hey, thanks, Uncle Bruce. Buy more. Like all SPACs, just keeps going down. Most people probably out of money. What can I say? ATP 7.5 calls for November are 30 cents a pop. Golden opportunity average down. $30 a contract. Cheap. You know, even if you triple your money, great. I mean, if the stock comes back to 6.5, these go to $1.10. Thank you. Nice little gain. Let's go. ATIP is not being investigated by any regulatory body. It is just a bunch of lawyers who are trying to drum up business, saying we're investigating the company. They're looking for SAPs, which is you, to call them up, send them a retainer, and be a possible class action claimant. They're trying to get 1,000 people to send them $1,000 each or $10,000 each to bring in a bunch of dough for their lawyers to make up a possible case against the company. You will get nothing. You will lose out. The lawyers will win. Don't be fooled. Take the $1,000, $2,000, buy the stock, and you'll be just fine. Anyway, there you go. 420, and I'm bought again. Let's see. Let's get going on the channel. Thank you all for being here today. Good idea. We're going to go members only at this point. Thank you all for popping in today from everywhere in the world. I appreciate it so much. Please consider becoming a member of the channel, and you can continue to join us on the membership on the chat bar and stay on top of updates. We did an update last night. Don't know if you know this. We did an update last night for members only. The weekend classes coming up. We announced the classes, what we're going to be doing this weekend, and we've put the invites out to members first for attendance of the live classes. And we welcome you to join us. If you'd like to join us, we'd love to have you. And thank you all for being here today as members and non-members. Please consider subscribing to the channel, whether you like my tips or not. 377 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. ATI Physical Therapy, $4.16 a share at this moment in time. From what I can tell you, update my machine here. Yep, we're down 240 on the Dow. That's not helping. We're down 21 on S&P, and we're down 46 on NASDAQ. But remember, these markets are at all-time highs, and this is a nothing burger to worry about with regard to any kind of a sell-off to start the morning. Okay, thank you all for being here. Love it. Members only, appreciate it. Everyone else, all of you out there, thank you so much for being here. If you do have a question for me, you can always send us a super chat with a question if you don't want to become a member. Like I say, we're glad you're all here with us today. Okay, let's go. I'm waiting to buy for a lower price, says Jules. Let's see, what else? I'll gladly buy it at $475. Let's see. Let's see what else is going on. 70,000 trade on GameStop first 10 minutes. Very low volume, high score today for sure. ATIP right now, 395, 389. We're coming in as I suspected. There might have been a sell-off the first 30 minutes. There is an opportunity here. You might score some super cheap giveaways, but not for long. I don't think so. Down 86 cents at 386 right now. At the moment, volume on ATIP, 1 million. Only 1 million in 10 minutes. Not enough. Should have been at 3 million by now. I just don't know if this has much more to it. But hey, it's a deal here. This is the bargain. What can I tell you? SoFi, 15.37 down 14 cents. Not a lot of down dip here. 658,000. 15.33 now on the SoFi. GameStop, 182.39 down $1.55 on 77,000. Nothing to worry about there. 392 on ATIP. Dropped to 376 now. 392. 395. AMC, 39.27 down $1. Matterport looks like unchanged at 13.67, I think. 23andMe, 837 down 21 cents, low of 830 on 194,000. Fifth Wall down 34 cents to 12.15 on 3,400. Very quiet opening here. Vector Acquisition, 1056, bounced up from 1053. Nothing going on there today at the moment. I think the big day for Vector is it tomorrow? Let me double check. Who's doing what tomorrow? Where am I? Here we are. It's Starboard tomorrow. Starboard, SBAC, down 14 cents to 9.76. They change tomorrow to Sextra. That is happening tomorrow. The shareholder vote is tomorrow. So watch that one closely. What else are we at here? NavSite unchanged right now. Back to the top of the list. SoFi down 25 cents to 15.26. GameStop down $1.14. ATIP at 3.97 now. Low of the day on ATIP, 3.76. Now at 3.91 at the moment, down 81 cents. AMC 39.85 down 44 cents. Matterport looks like it's unchanged. ME down 28. That's what we got right now. We're underwater on the markets this morning, and you've got to have some chutzpah to step in here, but I recommend you do. You pick these guys up when they're on a super discount. You scoop them up and say, thank you very much. May I have another? And keep moving on. The Dow's down 210. Looks like it's bounced up a bit. S&P down 21. NASDAQ down 66. All righty, that's where we're at. What else have we got going on here? I can't wait to lose another 10 grand at SVIC tomorrow. I can't wait. Yeah, it is fun when they open lower, but they don't go down all the time. Sooner or later, they turn it around. What can I say? Let's see what happens. Let's go. Yeah, here we go. Carlos, Bruce, do I buy my Facebook call back now and sell another call after the earnings? Buying back at a $14 loss stinks, but the stock might go higher. But then again, it might not. The stock might sell on the news. The shares have had a real run here on Facebook, as have others. And it could be that Facebook might actually level off and back up a little bit. It's down to $1.62 this morning. You might want to just sit back and sit tight, because the shares all-time high are 175. In the last month, they've gone from how low were they here? 336. In the last 3 months, they've gone from about 302 to 370. It just might be that with a 31.7 earnings multiple right now, no matter what the earnings are tonight, the stock might just back off $5 or $10 in the next day or two. And that contract will back off, and you will reassess. I will look at it this way. The worst case scenario is the shares hold these gains, go a little higher, and tomorrow or the day after, you do a rollover. You'll buy the contract back and write a brand new one right away for a longer time frame at maybe a higher strike price. For what you're going to pay for this one, you're going to then sell another one for, and it's just a rollover. And you've lifted the exercise price by how many dollars? 10, 15, 20? I'm not exactly sure. I don't know your position exactly. So that might be the way to play this. Let the earnings come out. Let it happen. Let it happen. Look at the Dow and the NASDAQ and the S&P right now. Take a look at this. The stocks are all expected. Today's companies who are reporting are all expecting to report phenomenal numbers, but the markets are already at all-time highs. The stocks themselves are doing really well. I mean, Microsoft, Google, they're all doing great. How much more can they get? It's a sell on the news setup to me. It's a possibility that it's a sell on the news setup. And so you might be in a position for a few days where you may have a $5, $10 pullback, $12 pullback. that might be right there, your signal to get out and roll into another. That might be the move. Just saying. All right. Okay. Let's see. ATIP 385, 397 right now on ATI physical therapy. I'm buying if it goes to 3. Holy crap, or 305. Why the face? 386. Opportunity to lose some more money if you're so inclined. How disgusting. Buy for under 3. 500 at 387. Now you're talking, Michael. That's the message I'm looking for. I'm looking for messages where you bought it. I'm not looking for messages where you might buy it, or you think it's going going to $2 a share, or you think it's going to crash. I'm looking for people who are telling me, I got some of this stuff. I'm in here, $3.99 now. I bought this cheap stuff. It was a bargain. I took advantage of it. Thank you very much. That's what I'm looking for. That is a sign of an investor who's going to make money. I just think about it. Carlos is saying, thanks, Bruce. You got it, my man. You got it. Let's go. I got 100 more at a discount. Thank you. Right now, I'm picking off these guys. I'm picking off MTR and ATIP right now. I'm grabbing them. We've got 1397 on ATI. Matterport showing 1373 on 10,000, up 6 cents. Is that accurate? It's what it looks like. 23andMe is at 832, down 26, low of 828. We are going to get this first half-hour sell-off, and then we'll see what this market is made of. We're 17 minutes into the first half hour. The Dow is actually down 196 instead of down 240 or so. S&P down 19, NASDAQ down 77. The sell-off is not dramatic at all. Let's go. I picked off 4,000 ATIP yesterday. Well done. I got 100 at 4. Well done. I bought February $5 calls. Beautiful job. I'm going to pick off some more today. I'm gobbling up 2.5 and $5 calls for December on the dip. Chrome, ATMP just bought 396. Thanks to Uncle B. We've underwater so long. We're starting to grow gills here. I paid 50 cents US for a $5 strike call for February. What a steal. What a bargain that is. $50 for a $5 contract. That is a good move. That is a really good move for February. Very well done. Why would anyone sell at this price? Who might be selling at less than $4? I don't know. I can't answer that question. I would, as a broker with 1,000 clients, I wouldn't be selling any of this stuff. No way. This company's not going out of business. I tell you, it's ridiculous. 401 now, 402. Here we go. We're coming back on. And Jen is up and about. Good morning, Miss Jen. Only 400 likes for 1,000 watchers. Come on, a thumbs up is like saying good morning. Come on, there's some courtesy here. Oh, thank you. Michael, hey, Bruce, since ATM took it on the chin on their first quarter earnings, is there a chance they crush it their next few earnings? They could, because they've lowered the expectations so dramatically that they might exceed in the next quarter and the quarter after. Not that they're going to come in at double, but if they come in 15, 20% higher than they had estimated the quarter before, there could be a pop to $8 or $10 easily, and anyone buying here is just going to be laughing on this thing. 407 right now on ATIP. What calls should I get for ATIP? Picking off 5s would be a good idea if you can get them for January, February, March at 50 cents. Oh man, that's a steal. I just picked up 300 shares and $400 of the long calls on ATIP. I'm riding this wave, baby. Here we go. Good morning, Jen from Eddie. Bill S. Jen's awake time to make money. Good morning, Jen from Larry. Jordan got $5 calls yesterday. Looking for more. I got a bit to order in on shares. 375. Let's see if it comes back down. Should I consider buying back if my 1250 calls are just waited out? I wouldn't go 1250s. Go 50s. Go 5s. Pick up the 5s if you can. If they're super cheap, scoop these things up. Absolutely the way to go. Let's see. Those are my thoughts. So picked up more at $4. Smash a like for Uncle Bruce. You SPAC lovers. There you go. 424 thumbs ups. I thank you very much for those of you kind enough to throw me a thumbs up today. It's a rough one to start, but the Dow is now down 152. It's come back almost 100 points here. It's coming on. The S&P is down only 15 now. NASDAQ down 77. Oil down 2 cents. ATI is at $4 to 402 right now. Thank you. 430 thumbs up. So 67 on the down dip. So their downers are hitting me hard today. but you thumbs uppers can make all the difference, and I appreciate it. 435 now is the number. 398 on the ATIP. Keep looking for these dips. If you can scoop them, scoop this stuff. Just grab it up here. 1.7 million shares traded, and get your fair share cheap, cheap, cheap. Up to 500 ATIP. I'm averaging 688. You're getting smarter every time you do it. I picked up 10 times $5 February. ATIP calls for 84 cents, also cheap. I picked up February $5 strikes. What about writing calls on ATIP? If the shares go up to 8 or 9, you might want to write 12.5s and 15s. You might, but then again, you got to see what they're doing, what kind of premiums. You can scoop this stuff down here, and you can write calls $4 or $5 higher than here. Now you're talking. That's like going from 10 to 25. So sure, if you can go from 4 to the 8 mark and write 10s and 12s or 11s for 3 weeks out, 4 weeks out, there might be possibilities. We'll be watching for those. So much hate for ATIP makes me want to get more. Uncle Bruce, I have 10 ATIP calls for January 12.5. Should I take the loss and roll them over, or hold them? Pick them up when you first recommended at 133. I just sit there. If you got, you can pick up some additional contracts, pick up cheaper contracts, and just hang on to these guys and just leave them in your back pocket, because the shares reach back to $6, $7, $8. You've got January, so the $6, $7, $8 in the next month or two. These will recover back to like 80 cents, 90 cents. You'll be a lot closer than where you are right now. Otherwise, if you can buy a bunch at 12.5, you could try that. But right now, I would put fresh money into 5s, definitely, or just buy the stock. Michael Contrarian, I love it. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We've got a 15.31 last trade on SoFi now. We're down 20 cents. SoFi's low of the day, 15.22. We've bounced back a little bit on 1.1 million. GameStop 182.61 down $1.33, down to a 181.56 low. We're down 182.83, so we're about $1.30 off the low, approximately down 111 on 150,000. There's no selling coming in here. ATIP 398 now on 1.8 million. Low of the day 376. AMC 39.20 down $1.09. Matterport 13.75 up 8 cents. On 86,000 right now is what I'm showing on Matterport. All right, 23andMe, 8.30 a share at the low, which is 8.26 on 271,000. No news this morning. Fifth Wall up 19 cents now to 12.68. It was down to 11.97 on the opening ish, and it's now 12.68. Going the opposite direction quickly on 4,500 shares. There is nothing trading here, and it's gyrating incredibly. That's a 71-cent move on 4,500 shares. Wow. Unbelievable. Anyone getting rid of this is crazy. This thing is looking good. FACQ jumping between 10.53 and 10.57. We're now at 10.55. Nav site unchanged at 9.96. Starboard down 12 cents at 9.78. It was down to 971, 55,000 shares traded. IBM down only 26 cents, coming back on. The Dow down 142 at 35,002. It was down to 34,885. So we've come back 115 points to be down 144. So that's a pretty good recovery already, a smart snapback. I don't think these markets are going down very far with the earnings coming up later today. I really don't think so. Microsoft's up 47 cents. Apple's down 59 cents. They're not backing off. I don't think so. Okay. Let's continue on with these markets. $4 on ATIP, heading for 401 right now as we are sitting here watching this market make its moves. The 10-year note was off again. It is sitting now at 1.24. Got back to 1.3 last week. Now back down to 1.24 percentage points, dropping. The the German 10-year is negative 0.43 of a percent. It went up from negative 0.31 a week and a bit ago, so now negative 0.43. The Italian is 0.62. Spanish 10-year 0.27. UK at 0.55. Well under the U.S. rates, and the U.S. currency is the safe currency. U.S. rates are either way too high, or the European rates are way too low, or maybe it's a combination of the two. But of course, remember, the European Central Bank is flooding the market with money, and that's why rates are so incredibly low in Europe. They're trying to jumpstart that economy, and they're really working hard at it. That is what is going on over there. ATIP, 401 a share. We've got volume now on ATIP of 2 million shares traded, down 70, low of 376 or so this morning. Still think this is a bargain. Pick this stuff up, and I think you'll be happy next week. Just my hunch. Anyway, there it goes. What is going on here? Thank you, everybody. GameStop is green again. Yep, up 15 cents to 184.09. Not much of a sell-off here. What can I say? ATIP, I got 100 calls for February 18 at 80 cents. And ATI November 19, 12.50. Should I just let them die? If you could scoop them for a nickel or a dime, I'd buy them. I'd buy them that cheap. Only if they're that cheap, though. What else going on is Uncle Bruce? I'm sad. He's laughing, but he's sadly laughing. 184 on GameStop, up 6 cents. The lone green bar on my screen right now. Carter, I have no more money to average down with, man. I'm all in, baby. I'm all in there. 5 units of that 2 million shares are mine. I bought more with my last Degrio money. Well, John Van, I'm the owner of 102 ATIP. There you go. The Asta is, hi, Uncle Bruce. Time to sell Microsoft and wait for the earnings to buy back. I don't know what to say about that. I'm convinced Microsoft will come up with a wonderful number. The shares could hold. They could go down. They could go up. I really don't know. Long term, they'll go higher. But today, I don't know. Dude, I can't even open my Fidelity app. Please hug me, Carter. Sold NVIDIA and AMD at 45% profit and 15% profit to buy more SoFi. Big red sell signal. Right on. 15.18 on SoFi. Super deal here. As is Matterport down 17 cents. 23andMe at 8.30. ATIP at 3.98. I mean, buys everywhere I look. They're just on sale. It is just the way it is. Carter is saying, I think we need to have cuddle parties to get through this. We're going to need some cuddle parties. 144 is the down dip on the Dow. We've come back about a little over 100 now. S&P down 17 points. NASDAQ down 97. Oil down 3 cents a barrel. That is where we're at right now. 397, 399 on ATIP. Cheers to all of you who are here, who can handle this stress. Those of you who are picking off these stocks this morning, congratulations, especially on ATIP. I mean, they're just giving it away. I will reiterate yet again, the problem at ATIP is not a we can't pay the rent problem. They don't have problems like, oh, the banker is calling us for all their money back. No. The problem at ATIP, we have too many people at the door who want our services, and we can't service them all. We can't keep up with the business. We don't have enough staff. That is our problem as of the last quarter that ended a month ago. We've had July come and go there practically. I'm sure they have been hiring all July everywhere they can hire to add staff so that the numbers for July and August and September, this quarter, will be higher than last quarter, which will mean a surprise to earnings for the next quarter. And the stock is at $3.95 a share right now. It's on a super handout from a $10 SPAC to a $3.94 deal. I can't. I don't know what else to tell you. I just my mom just bought 10 shares of GameStop. Right on. Right on. Oh, man, I'm trying. I'm so trying. If you could all visit Germany, I have free hugs, says Blair. I got a new job offer this morning, a 22% raise. Nice. Welcome to the new world. This is really cool stuff, and I'm not surprised to hear it. I'm just not surprised. This is fantastic. I'm here. I'm not sure I'm handling it, but I'm here. I'm not trying to handle the stress. Congrats, Coyote. Let's see. That sounds like a good problem, Uncle Bruce. It is a good problem. They have a problem of too many customers and not enough staff, but I'm sure they're addressing it. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. When my wife figures out what I did, Carter Cole might be the only person in my life who's going to hug me anymore. Oh, no. Congrats, William. Congrats to your mom. She will change the world. She will change us with the world. Uncle Bruce, February 2022 ATIP 250 call for $1.75 premium. Thinking of 10 contracts here. 175 premium on a 250. If you can get a 5 with only less than $1 premium, you might be better off there. Just thinking you might be better off there. Yeah. Where are we at right now on the stock? 395. You're talking about buying the call at about 3.25, something like that. Just buy the stock. Don't buy the contract at 3.25, or buy the contract at less than $1 with a $5 exercise for February. That's what I recommend. If you're going to put $3 on the table, just buy the stock and forget about it. Just buy the stock. Let's see. Thanks, everybody. Anti-PC, good morning from Goody. Welcome all to the show this morning. 396.7, so 397 a share right now on ATIP on 2.2 million. This is drying out. The stock is drying out. It's stopping. It's not coming in. There's a lack of paper coming in here. I think we're about to pop. I just get without stock coming in, this is going to go higher. Do not be fooled by these little quotes going through here. This is going to go higher. 394, 395. You're running out of time if you're going to scoop this. I think we might have a pop here. Fenville, thank you, sir. ATIP $5 call December for $1.30. Good deal. Try to go longer. Go January, February. Try to go further out. Will it be smart to hold ATIP till the next earnings report? Yes, indeed. It's almost 4:20 in Germany now in the afternoon. Yes, indeed it is. 182.02 on GameStop, down to $1.92. We're down 35 on SoFi at 515.16. ATIP 396. AMC 38.69 down $1.60. Matterport down 38 cents. That's a screaming buy. 23andMe down 34 cents. Another buy. We're up a nickel on Fifth Wall. We're down 6 cents on Vector. Up a penny on Navsite. We're down a dime on Starboard. IBM down 37 cents. The Dow down 136. We are at the high of the session-ish on the Dow right now. Down only 136. That is nothing. That's a nothing burger to worry about here. Microsoft down 43, Apple down 42 cents. That's where we're at here. Tesla down $12 on a big earnings night report last night. All righty, 397 on ATIP. We might be turning the corner. I don't know if the volume, it's not coming in. The volume has stopped on ATIP. We're not seeing 300,000 a minute. We're not seeing 200,000 a minute. We're not even seeing 100,000 shares a minute here anymore. I think ATIP is drying out. There might be a wall at 4, but once that's gone, we're gone to 425. Do not be surprised if that is going to happen in mere moments. 398 on ATIP right at the moment. At this second, 399 right now. I think there's an attack at 4. They're trying to take it out. We'll see. Just saying. It's just how I sense it from here, and I'm way up here in Creston. And anyway, there you go. The Febs are 80. There you go. The Febs are 80. Bingo. Let's see. Let's go. I have 15 October calls for 23andMe for $12.50 at 85. What to do? Sit tight. Just sit tight. Bought another 100 ATIP at 395. Nice move. 398, 399 now. It made me wake and bake apparently, and buy more 23andMe calls now or later. Get them cheap. Try to get 10s if you can, or 750s if you can get them cheap. Scoop them up. Hi there. I came to see my fellow ATIP holders. ATIP on SSR. That's a good sign. That's another good sign. No shorting allowed at bids. Interesting. We're $4 on ATIP. If it busts through here, we could pop the 4.25 in no time. SoFi 1508. The bargoon is 1511 right now. Another bargoon here. It can't go any lower than 0. That's it. I got 1,000 ATIP for my 401k. There you go. Put them in there. Everyone needs physiotherapy forever. You always need it. This business isn't going out of business, you know. It's not like they're selling a fad. You know, it's not like, physiotherapy, it's a fad. No, it's not a fad. It's a necessity of life. Yeah, how about that? Very good. Very, very good. ATIP 750 for 50 cents. February. Yeah, that's not too bad, although I'd rather you pay double that for the fives. If you can get them at $1, buy the fives. There you go. Yeah, I'm trying to get more SoFi right now, says Anti-PC. Just bought 100 shares at $4 on ATIP. Right on. We're at $3.99.4 right now. What will happen as we start this all off? We're down 154 on the Dow, down 18.8 on S&P, down 125 on NASDAQ. Consumer confidence edges up to 129 in July from 128. That is still incredibly strong. Americans cannot wait to get out and shop. They can't wait to get out and travel. They can't wait to get out to explore, to visit, to live life. The economy's going higher, you guys. These stocks will all go higher. The markets will go higher. It's a very positive long-term, medium-term, short-term. You just got to get through today. Just got to get through today. Can you do it? 1510, 1509 on SoFi, GameStop 182.03, ATIP 196, AMC 38.61, Matterport 13.29, ME 8.22, all on sale. Fifth Wall up 2 cents, Vector down 2 cents, Navsite unchanged, Starboard down a dime, IBM down 25 cents. Not a bad day here. Not a bad day at all. Hang in there, guys. Scoop up deals. Certain stocks are way underpriced this morning, starting with the letter A, ending in the letter P with a TI in the middle. Way oversold. Way oversold. 393, 394. Bargoons are awaiting. SoFi 1509. Bargoons. Matterport, they're going to be appearing at the Genuity Growth Conference, Canaccord Genuity Growth Conference. They are in, I think this is brilliant. Matterport, brilliant marketing for the 13th of August. Way to go. They're coming up with their financials, I think, on the 11th. What a week they're going to have. Matterport, the shares aren't going to be down here. I don't think so for long. Anyway, Auntie, I need dry powder, says Gregory. Justin, maybe ATIP needs to go to a doctor. Any thoughts on ICID? I don't even know what it is. Bought 10 ATIP $5 calls for February, 85 cents. Score one for you, my friend. Nice move. 10 contracts. You got 1,000 shares of leverage. This goes to $8. You got a $3 book value contract plus a $1 premium. You got a $4 contract. That's 4 Gs for $850. Thank you very much, everybody giving it away. Thank you. Bruce is too popular to be wrong. He's known all over the world. I'm just saying, Bruce can't be wrong, right? I mean, he can't be. January 22, $10 calls are only $1. Right on for ME, says Jean. That's not a bad price either. It's baffling. I smell money. What's going on? My NSH calls are doing better today than my SoFi. $10 SPAC to a $4 deal. Nice. $10 says ME will drop to ATIP levels, and then the two companies merge. My ATIP 1250 normal calls are at down 90%. I love this deep red feeling. I know I shouldn't, but I do. My Fidelity was frozen. I refreshed it, and everything was red again. I'm going to mow the lawn. See you this afternoon, says damn it, Jim. Aaron, me, Bruce, Emmy. Wow, how low can this thing go? 821 right now. Auntie laughing out loud. What can I say, kids? We are on sale today. That's just it.
Is it bagel time?
It might just be. It could be bagel time. What to have on a bagel? What to have on a bagel?
Did you look and see what our temperature is doing the end of this week?
We're pushing 100 Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
We're pushing 100.
38.
30. Yeah, it's up there. It is up
This
there.
valley's never seen 38.
Yeah. It's pushing. But it is July. What can I say?
End of July, 1st of August. If you're coming to BC for heat, that's when you go.
Aaron is saying we need 25 bagels, Jen, please.
25? Okay.
25. Jay, I have
I'll be
ATIP
right
calls for November at $10. Your shirt says bagel time. That's right. It says bagel time.
And it appears to have a little grape jelly on that bagel.
That's right. Brucey, you haven't had a sausage on your bagel in quite a while, they're saying. ATIP to $2, ME to $2. When they merge, you got a $4 stock. Moses Valley, 50 bagels with extra ham, cheese, and egg. Bagel and beer, and get a bagel for the market. There you go. Well, I'm thinking scrambled egg.
It's
the egg,
your egg bagel?
The egg bagel with a slab of cheese.
The good morning
Dip it in some ketchup.
bagel.
Bagel time with Uncle Bruce. This is what we've got. I got the green T-shirt on. I'm looking for a rebound. I'm looking for up moves here. You got to get your deals first. You've been given your opportunities in the first 40 minutes to get in here. 1502 on SoFi, Bargoon, 181 on GameStop. Way to go. ATIP 393, 392, Bargoon, AMC 3809 down 220, Matterport 1350 coming back on. 23andMe 818 down 40 cents. Bargoon City Fifth Wall down 16 cents. It's jumping around like a Super Bowl. Vector down 4, Navsite up 1. Starboard down 15 cents. IBM down 11 cents coming back. Dow's down 169. A little pullback here. We don't have blood red everywhere as far as like really bad sell-offs on the big markets, but there are deals here in our neighborhood that are just screaming at us going, I'm here, I'm available, pick me up. But you gotta hold your breath and jump into the pool. You gotta get in there. Uncle Bruce, how is that ATIP $5 for 85 cents? 585 break even, better than ATIP 250 for 175 break even for the same time period. Well, one's in the money, one isn't, but I like that $5 contract. I do like that look at that $5 contract. Under $1, I like it a lot. Yes, 1503 on SoFi. Check out those 15s, 1250s. See if they're available at a cheap price. GameStop 180.32 right now. ATIP 390 right at this moment. 390 a share. Get your hands on the stock. If you can't get the contracts at a cheap price, just buy the paper. It doesn't expire. $3.90 a share. Buy this stuff. Get all you can get. Tuck it away. You'll thank me in the not too distant future, I am sure. Let's see what else. Let's go. It looks like ATIP calls are on a crazy sale today. Any particular ones you recommend? The 5s, but under $1. Let's see. Bargoon Day. MTTR hits 52-week low. ME hits 52-week low. ATIP hits 52-week low. A pattern sale? How often does that happen? I can't wait for the Are You Getting Richer at 450 ATIP? That's right. That's right. That's coming. AMC is down. GameStop is down. Picked up a couple more on the ATIP. Hello, everybody. You're Getting Richer. I'm still down 50%. Hey, try December 5s at 128. I wouldn't be doing that. Let's see. I need some of that ATIP. Such a tasty price. That's right. I'm taking my clothes off, says Gregory. I love red anyway, says Dave. No diamonds without pressure, says Brent. Oh, man. Do you think ATIP is affected by how many people died? They lost customers who need therapy. You know what? Every day, the population of this continent gets older, and we're aging. We are aging on average, we're aging. So, with 900 plus centers, nope, not going to matter. There's a lineup of people trying to get in right now. They can't get into ATIP because of the lack of staff. According to last quarter's report, they're addressing it, I'm sure. 382 on the stock, though. The stock is underperforming the company at this moment in time. It is not overperforming the company. This stock is now 50% too low for what we heard yesterday. I would not be complaining if it were 760 after what they said yesterday, but at 382, this you cannot ignore. I have to say to you folks, this thing is on super sale. What can I tell you? Anyway, there you go. Is it almost time to start looking at SoFi? 15. Look, 1503. What can I tell you? I have 6 calls at 23andMe, January 1250. Do you see it going to 15 or 17 by September? I can't tell you that. I can't tell you what it's going to do second to second. I didn't expect it yesterday to be here at 8:12 this morning. But at 8:12, I think it's also on super sale. Why it's at 8:12? Don't know. Will it reach 8:08? Don't know. Will it be at $12 in a week? Don't know. But I like the company, period. I just like it. And, where it's going, it's going. It's too low, much too low. But can I tell you for sure? I can't do that. But I like it down here. I do. I liked it at 10 and 11 and 12. I like it here too. Let's see. What else? What else? Thank you. Yes, maybe Cheddar, beginning of a correction. Is this happening? Market levels are all-time high. Crackdowns in China. Delta concerns and cases still on the rise. Big global supply chain problems, not a lack of product. Did I mention all this in about an hour? I think you heard this about an hour ago, didn't you? Yes, there's that, possibly, maybe not. SoFi's killing me, says Kayla. Who called that bailout of ATIP at 880? I mean, who did that? We're at 384 right now on ATIP physical therapy, 384. The low is 376. We're at 384. It is a bargain of bargains. I am sure market not all excited about a debt ceiling bomb coming Friday. If they don't raise the debt limit again, they'll do that. Don't worry. They'll do that. 385 on ATIP. Buy this stuff up. Just buy the stock, kids. Don't even worry about playing games with the options. Just buy this stock. You can buy options that are 50 cents or less on ATIP, maybe, but realistically, $385 for 100 shares, man. This is a deal. $14.99 on SoFi. Then another deal waiting to be scooped up there. What can I say? There's deals. The Dow's down 173, S&P down 27, NASDAQ down 187. These are not big drops. The Dow is down 0.5%. That's it. NASDAQ is down 1.25%. That's it. And big earnings coming out later today. Watch for the market to possibly run up for the second half of the day today to go higher as these earnings start coming out. We'll watch for that. AMC at 38.05 right now on AMC. What are your thoughts on ATIP not being able to calculate net loss for the earnings call? Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. Kind of weird. 15.07 on SoFi just popped up, 5-6 cents. ATIP 384. Could someone slap me? Gregory saying I picked up 5 of ATIP February calls for 78 cents. I picked up 5 ATIPs. Let's see here. I picked up 5 for 78. Got myself 18 ATIP, 18 February calls for 5 at 85 bargain. Let's go. What else? Let's go. Ron Popeil just says it best. Set it and forget it. Ron Popeil wouldn't lie to you. Let's go. I had a $10 call for November, bought 2 months ago. Now it's so low, I'm confused to hold or count it as a loss. Uncle Bruce Monday, I wrote a covered call on GameStop expiring for this Friday. Is it worth buying it back at half the value so I can write a new one for this Friday at a higher premium, but at a lower strike price? Okay, I see what you're thinking. You could theoretically buy it back for half the value, and you could then sit on the sidelines for the balance of the day and tomorrow to see if the stock wants to rebound to 184, 85, 86 to 190. Then you could look at writing either a Friday call that expires or a Friday next that expires at a higher price. You might play that angle, but right now we're down 295. So, let's see if it drops some more. If it drops some more, that call you have will drop even further and you can scoop it for even less. So yeah, that's the beauty of being a writer. You're a buyer on dips and you're just covering a position, locking in a gain. Beautiful job. But this isn't a massive drop, $2.73, hardly a massive drop. But the time factor is working in your favor as well, isn't it? I mean, tomorrow is Wednesday. This contract will keep dropping. And so between time and price movement, you may want to kind of gauge this out. Joe Olivia, did that make sense? It did make sense. AMC and GameStop to the moon, ATIP to the center of the earth. 384. Let's see. I know it's sad. If you got ATIP calls 2 months ago, you're probably losing all your money, but people buying now will probably make you some money. There you are. What can I say? Well, my stocks are in a definite correction. I'm up 50 cents percent in June. I'm down 30 in July. It's a correction. Let's see. Let's go. Found a post on Reddit saying that insiders bought 7.5 million of FAII, which is ATIP, right before the de-SPACing. That smart money thought it was a good buy at 10. So interesting on that. Let's see. Just got some more ME on the bounce at 8:30 last trade, 13.55 on Matterport. We're only down 14 cents now. SoFi 15.05 and ATIP 3.85 again. Aaron says I got 300 in total now. Let's see. I'm looking forward to writing calls next year on ATIP and ME. Good night, everybody. There you go. Let's go. Let's go. Dave doesn't think you're holding for a short period. He thinks you're going to hold for between 1 and 3 years. Well, Dave, you might be right. One never knows. We'll see. 383. We'll find out just what's going to happen. If these shares reach 550, 650, I think you're going to have some happy people all of a sudden who've been picking up some of these deals lately. Look at this. We got the ketchup. We got the bagel and the cheese. Oh, how can the stock not go up now? How can the stock not go up now with this being had by yours truly? How can the market stay down here? Impossible. It makes no sense whatsoever. Tesla stock target being raised by Bank of America from 750 to 800. Tesla stock being raised. That's a growth company for sure. All right. What else? Let's see. Yeah, I think Dave should start his own channel. He's obviously an expert on everything. Bagel. Don't be too salty, bro. That's right. Don't be too salty, Mike. I'm not. It's all good. 383 on ATIP, 1508 on SoFi, 180.95 on GameStop. Time to have some bagel with some egg and cheese on it, and maybe the market will go up. How about that? Can that happen? Could that be a possibility? I sure hope so. Oh, yeah. Let's enjoy some bagel. Oh, baby. Let's get these markets higher. Come on. Let's go. These discounts are over. It's a limited time offer. The limited time offer is over. Let's get back up to full retail. Let's go. Inconceivable. It's just inconceivable that these shares at this price. Bagel. I'll help you with that slap. I'm serious. Okie dokie. It's okay, people. It's okay. Eating bagel and the price not going up proves market manipulation to me. Well, let's just see. I'm not done the bagel yet. Just only started here. 1507 on SoFi, 382 on ATIP. How about a higher price, please? Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Inconceivable. James, way to go. Picked up 1,700, 1502, now 1508. Good move. Markets need bagel power. That's right. Oh, man. The discounts continue until tomorrow. I get paid tomorrow. I want to pick up some of this stuff. What else is happening here? IBM calls looking a tad better. Here we go. Hey, Bruce, I have 12 $15 SoFi calls for January 2022. Bought a 433 a while back, down 18%. To move up to 20 on SoFi wouldn't make me very much. Well, of course, if the move on SoFi goes to 20 in the next month or so, those will be trading at 750 or so. So you'll be good. Off we go, guys. Off we go. 1504 on SoFi, 180.86 on GameStop, ATIP 381, AMC 38.30, Matterport 13.52 down 15 cents, 23andMe at 8.25 down 33 cents. We need a run. You know what, Bruce, to be honest, have you guys been out kidnapping people again overnight? All I can hear is Jen duct taping something to a chair in the background and the muffled screams of protest.
They're making noise.
Well, they hear everything. It's okay.
It's duct tape.
Jen's packing.
They're still talking.
Jen is packing.
You know, as long as they can hear you talking, it's okay.
As long as they can still hear me talking, it's okay, she says.
No need to say the Don't pay the ransom.
Right, Bruce. I'm going to go sit in the corner and cry, maybe punch a wall. Catch you later, says Aaron. Oh, man. Show that SPAC list before I go. Make me happy. Hey, folks, check this out. Thanks to Aaron. Look what we got today. A brand new stock list for the SPAC. See what he did right there with the check marks now? These are completed SPACs, you see? So there you go. Thanks, Aaron, for this. I appreciate these updates. This is fantastic. And pop these up. Great job, buddy. Great job. Beautiful. Is there a ransom involved this time around, or what on that duct tape noise? $14.99 on SoFi, $3.82 on ATIP, $13.54 on Matterport, down 13 cents. Let's go. Let's go. I was talking with Bruce. Was Bruce's way of getting out of packing all day. Jen's been fooled. That's right. I just sit in front of the camera. I can't outpack. I'm here. I can't do anything. Olivia likes that chart. She likes that. Super nice. Nice work. Emotions have no place in trading. Correct. Correct.
That's the hard part.
That's the hard part. That's right. What does Sixtra do? They own the server farms, 61 different server farms, and they handle 2,700 companies' data in these server farms. And they handle a huge number of the top companies of the world's data info. Quite amazing. The absolute largest companies have their own server farms. But a vast majority of corporations in the world use server farms, and that's what Sixtra does. We should have that vote in by tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. I think. Thanks, Aaron. You're the best, buddy. If there's no emotions in trading, why did my ex-wife cry when she lost the house? Can you explain that? Well, she's your ex-wife. It's not. That's not. She was a flipper. She's not an investor after all. What did you do, Coyote? What did you do? You must have said something. You must have said something. I don't know. Something happened. I don't know. Carter Cole, Sykestra runs server farms. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, by the way, I got my meeting and vote notification from VACQ today. There you go. They're coming in. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Farragon. Tarantino always said they based 3 of those characters in Bruce alone. I don't know what we're talking about here. Good morning, Uncle Bruce. I just picked up another 100 ATIP at 381. 380 right now. What a deal. Well done. Just read a story that said Salvador Dali tricked Yoko Ono into paying 10 grand for a blade of grass. Cool. We have 501 thumbs ups. Good morning, everybody. Mother of Pompeii says thank you. Data is worth its weight in gold. That's right. That's right. Here's something I don't see very often. Nazareth, thank you for this thingy. This is a green thingy on my screen. What happened to ATIP? ATIP went on sale, and there's a 50% off sale right now on the stock at $377. It's at half its value, and it's a limited time offer for as long as the offer lasts. $377 a share. And thank you for the donation. Roland says ATIP is halted. I'm showing it at 376, 377 trading. I grabbed 200 around 384. I think it was an $8 deal. Hopefully this will do something. $376 where I'm showing it. Is it halted at 376? I don't know. It might be. No halt here. I think he meant it should be halted. Okay, we're trading. We seem to be trading. Doesn't need to be halted. It's off 20%. It's on the short sale restriction list of 375. You have to let people out. You got to let people who want out, let them get out. Get out here. The cheaper you get out, the easier. The sooner you get out, the better. Pick them up. I just got 300 at 376. Beautiful. It's getting moited. It's getting moited. I just got a few SoFi for 15. I'm waiting for that sweet 250.75 dip. That's what I'm waiting for, they say. 1501 on SoFi, 180.18 on GameStop, 375 on ATIP, and Matterport down 28 and 23andMe down 33 cents. There you go. Is there going to be a day where they're all green? Will any of these SPACs be green all at the same time? Oh, I will cherish that day. Okay, I'm going now, so I'll see you later. Aaron, thanks, buddy. ATIP doing the limbo. How low can it go? Sean is saying it's not halted. 375 right there, 376 right now. I have a doubling order in at 250. SoFi, 1491. I'm buying all I can get. I bought HIP yesterday. Snipping those SoFis. 3.1 million on HIP within an hour with an average of 2.5 big day. If it gets there, that is, shouldn't, but never know. Yeah, I think that SoFi, the HIP though, as volume is drying up. We're at 3.1 or 3.2 million. We're not doing like a million every 20 minutes. It's slowing up right now. But it is what it is. It's 374.5 right now to 375 a share. SoFi is a bargain right now. Olivia, you are dead accurate. You are right on that one. Up to 200 ATIP. And I cut my average in half. Beautiful. Make it happen. Make it happen. Beautiful. Nothing worse than buying a penny stock for $10. There you go. Right on, says Auntie. I got 500 ATIP at 375 for my IRA. There you go. Pick this stuff up. ATIP 1250 call now. Dead money. Sell or wait. 14.97 on SoFi, down 53 cents, 14.98. ATIP 375 right now. AMC 38.20, Matterport 13.40 down 27, and 23andMe 8.23 down 35 cents. Okay. Bill, I just picked up 1,000 shares. Curse you, Bruce! I just bought 1,000 more. Benville, wish me luck, Uncle Bruce. 500 shares at 374. At 10 contracts, February, 250 calls for 170. Interesting. Just be glad you didn't buy or sell your options on margin, right? I hear all these people buying into it. Didn't you hear it was going to 250? I didn't hear that. Bruce, You need to get some healthy fats and proteins. You leave the carbs alone for a minute. Work on that beach body, bro. Thank you. Right. Is SoFi being shorted again? $14.96? Don't know, but it's a bargain. That I do know. You guys still have money? Oh, man. SoFi is heavily shorted. Got SoFi at $14.97. Beautiful. $15.01 right now. His baseball cards are starting to look like a good deal. Dave, 41.6% shorts on the float have been shorted on SoFi. Wow. I wonder how much. I wonder if there's any shorting going on ATIP, or if there had been. I don't know. So much salt. John Van, 369, laughing out loud, 366 right now. 360, the low of the day right now on ATIP, 366. As desperados are getting shot out, they're jumping out, they're whatever they're doing, 3.3 million. Bargoon City here, kids. Bargoon City. We're talking dropping like pennies, though. It's just inching down, not plummeting. It's inching. Excuse me, 370 last trade. Just chopped up 4 cents. Anyway, there it is. ATIP had my buy order at 359, but I just moved it to go to 259. ATIP was just given target price of 5, changed from 12. I hear about the short float often. I only see the account balance coming up soon. We're watching here. ATIP 250 September 17 call break even 370 option opinions. Wow, that is cheap. That is actually a very cheap contract. Let's see. Heavy shorting excuse for their stocks tanking will be shorted. I'm not sure what this means. Heavy shorting is always the excuse for any of our stocks tanking. They aren't all being shorted, just some are sucking. There you go. That's true. It's just more selling than buying. 378 now on ATI. It was 366 just a minute ago. 378 all of a sudden. What can I say, kids? 14.98 on SoFi, down 53 cents. Matterport at 13.37, down 30 cents. Yep, you only lose when you sell. Otherwise, it's just a change in value. I bought some more SoFi. If it goes down, you're all welcome, says Cheddar. Oh, man. 379, pushing 380 now on ATI. Okay. I got 300 at 369. Beautiful job. 380 now on ATIP. Cool beans. Cool beans here. The Dow's down 142. S&P down 26. NASDAQ down 210 right now. And the oil is up 14 cents a barrel to 72.05. Okay. Spark is saying the frustrating thing about ATIP is that it is a normal and predictable business, and it's down 60%. It's not a hyped up squeeze or a pump and dump. I hope that it would be hold value if it didn't grow. That's the thing about this stock. This stock is like SPACs. All SPACs are created with a merger, the takeover, reverse takeover, private company of a public company, with additional funding behind it, for the ones that I've recommended anyway. But there just isn't a lot of Wall Street loyalty across the board for these companies. But they get to a certain price point. You do the mathematics and you realize, holy moly, this company, it's on sale at 36 cents on the dollar. Are you kidding me? This is a move you have to make. You got to get in here. I managed to pick up 400 ATIP at 366, but I just found out I'm on a 90-day good faith violation with E-Trade. Anyone else ever have this happen to them? Anybody know? Let's see. Let's see. I'm just going to put another 20 grand on SoFi stock to negate the losses from ATIP, ME, and SVs for the calls for the year from now on. Exit strategy. Let's see. ATIP going higher, 382. There you go. I mean, 366, 380. I mean, these are stupid prices, stupid and ridiculous. But there's no accounting for lack of direction. I mean, there's a lot of people out there who bought this stock thinking it would go right to 20 upon the merger. They may have leveraged and margined against other stock to buy this stock. I don't know. But they're getting wiped out by their broker, or they're wiping themselves out. Whatever the reasoning and the issue, whatever the mentality is, here we're at 383 now. For everybody who's been selling, there's been buying here, and some of it is you guys, and I commend you people for stepping in here. 3.5 million traded now, low of 366. We're now at 383, and a snap rally to 4.5, 5 would be a no-brainer over the next couple of days. An absolute no-brainer at all. What can I tell you? You've just got to be. You've just got to have a cast iron stomach to say, "I'm buying this stuff. I'm buying this stuff." Okay. Let's see. 383 now on ATIP. SoFi 1494, same thing here. You just gotta pick it up. IBM is looking better, says DQ. IBM up 31 cents to 143.08. The turnaround is on. IBM seems to be the one that leads first lately on a turnaround. We're down 112 on the Dow. That's the best level of the morning. We're down 25 on S&P, down 217 on NASDAQ. NASDAQ is the worst performer, down 1.4%. The Dow's down 0.3% of a point. That is nothing. Here we go. ATIP 1 year target 13 on Yahoo Finance. Cool. Let's see. What can I say? We're at 1382 right there. Nope, I don't know anything about it. Phone. Don't know anything about Solo. Don't know who they are. Don't know anything about them. 1378, just had a little pullback. 1379, down 90 cents on ATIP. 130-point drop on the Dow. Much better than this morning. Much better. We were at 34,900 or so. We're now 35,012. Big turnaround. Bill, later. I'm sitting on a beach, sipping a drink. It will seem so easy. The bad times fade. There you go. Andy A's loving that. Laughing out loud. 380 again on ATIP. 1494 on SoFi. 180.30 on GameStop, down $3. AMC down 217 to 38.12. And the Dow down 129 at the moment. And let's see how this thing wants to party itself out. Anyone else want to sell their ATIP? Go knock yourself out. Sell it now. Take your exit strategy and sell at the all-time low. Knock yourself out within a nickel of its low. Go ahead, sell it at the low. Wow, that's the trade-off. You get in here, you're taking it from someone who's given it to you at almost the all-time low as of this moment. 381, 382 right now. Let's see what else is going on here. I think the hedges are attacking Bruce's stock on purpose, and it'll be a long-lasting, maybe screwed here. You think really that a hedge fund would care about a YouTuber in Creston, British Columbia? Really? You might be drawn too much into this. What can I say? I just picked up I just put $5 ATIP calls for September for 30 cents each. What a steal. That is cheap stuff. I can't sell at a loss because I would not be able to look at myself in the mirror. 381 on your stock on ATIP. Okay. Lots of comments going back and forth between viewers. 380 on the stock right now. 1494 on SoFi. 180.07 on GameStop. Bunch of decisions have to be made by a bunch of you, especially those of you who are option writers. You've got stocks falling, and your options are writing as well. Let's see. Freedom, says Dave. Freedom. Scotland. Oh man, 381.5, 382 on ATIP at the moment. Volume on ATIP today, 3.57 million. It's slowing up. The volume is slowing up on ATIP. Of course, at these low levels, people are reluctant to give it up. And I can't blame them because I think this is a steal here. Bruce, give him the thumbs up. Give Bruce thumbs ups. Thank you. What can I say? Mama said there'd be days like this. Mama said there'd be days like this. That's what Mama always said. Life's like a box of chocolates. Sometimes stocks go down and sometimes they go up. Yep. That's what they do. What can I say? IBM up 3 cents, hanging on. Dow down 151. Microsoft down 393. Apple down 186. Right at the moment, it's what we got. How's that Facebook doing? Down 567. I hope you're still okay over there on that call. Those calls are going down. You're in better shape now than you were this morning. So you just hang in there. You just hang tough. You're an option writer on those. You just sit there. 1503 on SoFi just popped up over 15, just like a hot knife through butter. 383 on ATIP, a little better. Okay. Markets do not care what our expectations are. It's going to do what it's going to do. That's right. That's right. Let's see here. Yeah, I wish my mama knew and taught me about stocks or chocolate. Why do stocks always go down on earnings week? Why? Any good news on SoFi? Anything? Anybody? Oh, my. Here you go. If you like a stock and you want to hold it, then every dip is a buying opportunity. There you go. Let's see. Yeah, that's right. Remember the reason why we invest: solid companies. What goes up must come down, and what goes down must go up. Sometimes we just have to go away and take vacations. This works for me. Designed for students. Thank you for this donation. Hi, Bruce. Do you have any thoughts on the stock PLTR, Palantir Technologies? Not really. I really don't know them. I don't follow them closely. I don't recommend their stock. I don't hate them. I just don't know them, so I don't have a rating. I'm aware of the company in a way, but not really very deeply aware of them at all. That's all I got. All down. Just check later tomorrow. Go hug a cactus or something. Hit the buzzer. Let's see. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Let's see. No worries, Bruce. No worries, my friend. It's not hard work, but it's honest. Thanks, you betcha, buddy. Let's see. 385 on ATIP, 386 going up again. 1501 on SoFi. There it is. Matterport, 1340. And 23andMe, 828, down 30 cents. Yeah, Matterport hit a low today of 1316. It's at 1340. ATIP hit a low of 366. It's now 386. It's 20 cents better on 3.6 million. SoFi hit a low of 1486. It's now 1501, up 15 cents from its low. 1504, pardon me. It's gone up again. Fifth wall, unchanged. A low of 1197, a high of 1268, now 1249, unchanged. 11,900 volume. That's all on fifth wall. Wow. Vector down 6 cents. NASDAQ up a penny. IBM up 13 cents. Oh, man. 1507 on SoFi. 382 on ATIP. That's what we got, you guys. It's what we got. Okay. Good news about SoFi. The Rolling Stones are playing SoFi Stadium in LA. They want to rock. How about that? Playing at SoFi Stadium. What do you think about Uncle Bruce? What do you think about the next earnings call on GameStop? It's going to be better. It can't be any worse. I mean, it just from a presentation point of view, it couldn't be worse. Come on, man. Let's see what happens. Come on, hit the like button. You just lost 60% on ATAP in 2 days. Hit the like button for that. Now you got an opportunity to buy it super cheap here. What can I say? Let's go. I seldom lose money, says Andy A. I seldom lose money. There you have it. 383 on ATIP. There it is, 383. And 1506 on SoFi right now. GameStop over 181 again. 23andMe at 830, down 28 cents. Yeah. I lose trades now and then, sure, but I rarely do I lose money in the end. It's just money management and risk control factor. Andy A, there you go. Well, wise words. 385 on ATIP. Coming up, 386, another penny higher. We're running out of paper for sale. I think there's another wave that's come and gone. Maybe we're running out of paper. The $4 number is the secret. If we can bust through 4, we might be on our way to 4.5 here. 386 a share right now. Will the volume come on, and will bargain hunters outnumber the sellers? Will the sellers all of a sudden go, hey, wait a minute, what am I doing? Why am I selling down here? I'm crazy. Maybe I can wait for a little bit. It'll come back, and if it starts coming back, they'll go, oh, wait a minute, I'm not going to sell it at all. This company hasn't got a money problem. They got a customer employee problem. Too many customers, not enough employees. That's the problem. This is actually a good problem, actually, isn't it? I think it is. Let's see what's going on here. I think I'll go scrub the floors with a toothbrush. It'll keep me occupied for a while. Hug a cactus? That sounds like a good idea. I think I'll do that too. I like to lose money. Keeps me alive. Kayla, sounds like a plan. Laugh out loud, right? It was like that guy alrighty then. SoFi went up after I bought. Broke the cycle. Let's go. 1503. Justin Bieber just played SoFi Stadium. I'm a Bieber. Oh, at least my GameStop is still green. 181.21. Andy A, we were talking about something being a loss, meaning already purchased, not throwing in more cash to buy the loss. This is a bad week to quit crystal meth. This is a bad week to quit that. Well, it's crazy. The MACD just flipped on GameStop, AMC, SoFi, almost ATIP, and Matterport. That's bizarre. Everything's gone. All of a sudden, everything is oversold all of a sudden. Dana, well, sounds like people are making some pretty great plans for the day here. Mike is laughing, Mr. T. John Van just saw that. I was typing it. 1503 on SoFi, 383 on ATIP. Matterport, 1337, down 30 cents, 817 on 23andMe. What are we going to get going here? Like I said, it's only a loss when you sell. Otherwise, it's just a change in value. If you plan to hold it a year or more, it doesn't matter until you look into that time frame. Looks like I picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue, too. John Van, why, though? A rebound, inbound, rubber band, man. Morning, Uncle B, and all. What a day. SoFi went up when I sold some to buy ATIP. Kayla. Hey, back to your scrubbing. Dana says, my mom never taught me never to pay full price for anything. She'll be very proud of me today. Alex, thank you for this donation. Hey, Bruce, what's your opinion on Intel at the moment? I like it. I got some 62 calls for October when it first crashed in May. They're still draining in value. I like the stock. I'm not sure about your timing on the contract, 62, but I do like the stock long term. Intel right now, where are we at now? We're sitting at, where are we at on Intel? Here we go, 52.59, unfortunately down to $1.72. But I do like the stock, but it did have a rough weekend here with their latest earnings, but I do like the stock. Trading at 11.6 times earnings. Yeah, I like the stock. It's half price. It should be double the price. Anyway, there it is. I was deflated now. Now I'm filling back up. Dave says Intel's going higher. At least that looks to me like you think it's going higher. Isn't it funny when your subs lose money, guys? Yeah, well, that's the way it is. Markets go up, markets go down. You buy on the dips and you make money on the rebounds. Here we are, 14.98 on SoFi, dip. ATIP 384, 385, coming on from 366. Come on, ATIP, take a run to the sky. Yeah, what can I say? All right, we'll see what happens here. The Dow down 133, S&P down 28, NASDAQ down 227. The Dow's down 0.38 of a percentage point, and NASDAQ is down 1.5%. That is what's happening there. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Looks like I picked the right week to buy a new Magic 8 Ball and a fresh 24 pack of Crayolas. There you go. $14.98 on SoFi, $3.87 on ATIP. A little better again, just a little bit. Okay. What are we going to see here on this market today? 129 loss on the Dow, coming on a little bit, just a little bit. Let's see what's happening. Okay. All righty. 387 to 388 now on ATIP. Yep. 388, 389 to 90. Looks like we're going for 390 on ATIP. A little pop here at the moment. A little buy wave and a lack of selling to stop it. That's what seems to be going on. Okay. It is but a scratch. Need more chips for the dip. 390. That's right. 390 is what we're looking at now. 14.99 on SoFi. Can they do a little pop here from here? That would be kind of nice. I'd like to see that. Yeah. Okay. 389 at the moment. 105 on the dip on the Dow. The Dow's at the best level of the morning. Down now 105, coming on. Down 102. The Dow's coming on. ATIP 389. SoFi just went over 15 again to 1502. IBM is now up 63 cents. Looks like the high of the day for IBM. We're coming on a little bit here and there. Come on, ATIP. Join the party, pal, and let's get going. 389 on ATIP. Okay. Hey, I forgot who said it, but ATIP 415 going higher. I could see that. Boy, these December 22 to 50 calls on ATIP are looking pretty cheap. Let's see. 389 on the stock. And let me double check something myself. I'm kind of curious on ATIP as well. Feb 22s. Yeah, at 175 offered, the 250s are actually cheap. That's 4.25 that you're paying for a contract that has till next February, and the stock's at 389. Like that is cheap. 35 cents contract. The fives are at 75, 80 cents. They're a deal. 750s I would not buy at 50 cents. I would not buy the 750s or the 10s. But I would look at those 250s real hard at 175. I'd be looking at those. 390 on the stock, and that is not an outrageous price to be looking at for those contracts. Interesting, very, very interesting. 390 on ATIP. Alrighty, 1503 on SoFi. Just popped back over 15 again. Alrighty, and let's go. ATIP is going to close up over $4, says Ilian. What a day, and it's only breakfast time. 392 on ATIP. 392. We just broke up here a little bit higher through that 390 resistance level. Now we're going to 93, and the next stop is 4. Can we break 4? That's the big one here. We couldn't do it about a half an hour ago, 40 minutes ago. We couldn't do it then, but maybe now we can. 394 now on ATIP. All right. Yeah, grab those 250s, those February 250s. I'd be grabbing those. Yeah, 175, even 180. I'd be buying them for sure. Let's see. Let's see what's going to happen. My ATIP average is 407. Let's go. You're close. You're close. So close. Yes. Here we have it. 1507 on SoFi. We've just popped a little more. That's better. GameStop just went over 182. It's down to $1.87 now. That's all. A little better there. 391-ish on ATIP. AMC only down $1.32 to 38.97. Looks like it's going for 39. Matterport 13.45 down 22. That's coming on. 23andMe not yet acting out. It's still 8.15 at the moment. Eat another bagel, man. What can I say? A while ago, I picked up ATIP calls November 12.5. It seemed like a good idea. Oof. Should I average down? Or is 12.50 a bit lofty by then? I would be picking up the February 22 fives under $1. I'd be buying those right now. Just sit on these 12.50s, but pick those up if you have some extra money. 1507 on SoFi, 190.91 on ATIP. 191. All right. The Dow down 99 points, just cracked through 100. We're pushing that around. We might have a better move on the big markets here. S&P down 23. Nasdaq is now down 209. Okay. All righty. Barrington downgrades ATIP. We saw that this morning. 1508 on SoFi, 391 on ATIP. 1510 on SoFi. Go SoFi. 1343 on Matterport. That's a little better than this morning's low of 1316. Not a bunch, but a bit. 23andMe at 815 is around the low of the day here. 811 is a low. 811,000 traded. Lots of stock. Don't know why it's down here, but it is. Barrington is a genius. Okay. Just sit on November ATIP calls and hope for a miracle break even. I only put in like 500 into them total anyway. There you go. 1510 on SoFi. 393 on ATIP. A little better. Okay. The Dow down 90 now, by the way. Just hold and call in November. You've lost 90% at this point. What's a few bucks back? If it expires worthless, so be it. It could always go that way. Unlikely, but you never know. And if ATIP exceeds their next quarter's earnings, it'll most likely be upgraded. That could be, especially if they come out with they come out and say we beat last quarter because we hired a bunch of people. We've hired a bunch more this quarter. We think we're going to beat the next quarter, this quarter, next quarter. Then the shares could be upgraded to $8-10 and trade 8-10-12. And are you happy you bought at 393? You should be. There you go. Okay. ATIP shorted down to junk status. Pretty frustrating, but there it is. Junk by who, asked Dave. 394 now on ATIP. 1508 on SoFi. Matterport 1346 down 21 cents right at the moment. Okay, Barrington, question mark? Volume on the Dow now down 91. It's coming back up a bit. S&P down 20, Nasdaq down 194. So the Dow is only down a quarter of a percentage point now, 0.26%. Definitely coming on. There you go. 394 on ATIP. ATIP does not have a positive reputation in the healthcare field. If they can turn that perception around, it'll have potential. Well, yeah, we'll see. About a third of my investment was calls. Rest is holding shares of SoFi and Matterport, and of course, GameStop. I'm not worried. 1508 on SoFi, 394 on ATIP. We've come up from 366 to 394 in the last 45 minutes. There you go. 394. Pushing higher. Okay. There you are. Okay. 395. Going to 395 now on ATIP. 1509 on SoFi. A little more action, please. Please bring it on. 92-point drop on the Dow. Looking a little better there. Just a little at a time. And here you are. Okay. Watching and following this market as close as I can. Let's see what's happening in the Wall Street Journal headlines. Let's see. Florida leads the U.S. in COVID-19 cases as hospitalizations surge. The number of people hospitalized in Florida has risen to the highest level since late February, propelled by the speed of the Delta variant. Large numbers of unvaccinated, few preventative measures, and more indoor time to escape the heat. People aren't wearing masks. They're not social distancing. They're not getting their inoculations. Hospitalizations at record highs. Duh. Just out here in this part of the world. Duh. Yeah.
Ours are up too.
Duh.
Yep, our numbers are up too.
Oh man.
Delta variant.
Yep. Duh. And this is why cruise ships might not be sailing. And there might be restrictions placed on cruise ships going forward if this variant doesn't go away. Florida is a cesspool for the variant. Not good. Not good.
But they say you have to be vaccinated to get on a cruise ship.
They do. Oh my gosh. B. Tillotson. I was able to double my ATIP holding and cut my average cost per share by half. On the surface, that feels right. Time will tell how it works for me. $3.95 on the stock and a good move made there. Good move. 1504 in SoFi. Matterport 1343, 23andMe 808, just not cooperating. I got 10 more SoFi. I grabbed 100 ATIP at 383 today. Much better than my first 100 at 1005. Fingers crossed. Thanks for all the support and knowledge, Bruce. Right on. B tells I did the same thing. Hope we can do both. Andy, B, yeah, that is the way. Just manage the risk in your capital to maintain some liquidity. Add and open new winners when possible. Rinse and repeat. There you go. Wow. Alabama governor, the latest to urge vaccinations. He wasn't doing that a week ago. He turned it around. Wow. Yep. COVID-19 vaccine holdouts face restrictions in Europe. Wildfires across the West put firefighters in high demand. Let's see.
We got 100 in from Mexico yesterday. No, 2 days ago.
What did we get?
Firefighters.
We
And we're
yeah.
getting, I think, 35 from Australia.
Yep. Firefighters are coming into Canada from around the world to help out. That's right. Wow. Just wow. Yeah. All righty. Back to ATIP. I'm showing it at 390 right now, 391. Let's see. You know what? Even though I'm out of dry powder, I am treating today as a learning experience. Thank you, Bruce. You betcha. It's a good thing or a bad thing. MTR doesn't seem to be meme stock like SoFi is becoming. Would Matterport be a meme stock, help or hurt? It could become a meme stock. It's just not a heavily shorted stock like SoFi has been. That's the difference right now. But time will tell. Matterport, they are really good at promoting themselves and exposing their company and what they're about and what they're going to be doing. I really commend these guys. But I don't know. I mean, the excuse, the reasoning for companies to be meme stocks seems to have been because they're heavily shorted, but that might shift over time. Anyway, what can we do here? Again, it sounds easy, I know, eh? Like anything, it takes practice. Malo says, I went to the movies the other day. It was just me and my kids in the whole theater. I loved it. Kind of made me wish the pandemic never goes away. B. Tilson, thanks, Mike and Andy. Pyromania, Alabama governor is a she, Kay Ivey, and she's a louse, often drunk on camera. Oh my gosh. Dave, you Canadians need to keep your forest fire smoke swept over to the East Coast. Bad yesterday. Yeah, we also have fires south of us in the U.S. It's bad. It's bad. Amazing seeing anti-vax politicians who are already vaccinated change their stance, almost like it was all kind of a lack of fraudery. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I don't know what to mention. I don't know what to say about all this. Let's go. Never forget, you're taking advice from a man who has never punched another man. I think, I don't know if I ever landed one on, I may have tried. I don't know if I've been lucky enough to land when I was a kid.
Maybe when you were wrestling.
Oh, well, as a wrestler, you don't throw punches.
No, but you might accidentally.
No, you don't do that.
And you're flailing.
And no. I pray for you guys. Fires are terrible. Mr. S, Miss S, why is ATIP being investigated according to Yahoo Finance? It is not being investigated. There is no official agency investigating ATIP for anything whatsoever. What you are hearing, reading, and what you're being promoted to reading are law firms that specialize in what they try to do are class action lawsuits against publicly traded companies. Whenever a stock takes a major drop, they try to come up with a reason to do a lawsuit. And what they'll do is they'll say very officially, Smith, Klein, Beckman, Johnson, blah, 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 and so are launching an investigation into alleged wrongdoing by ATIP. Oh, that's all bunk. It's all a made-up headline by a law firm that will, inside that article of theirs, they have an 800 number. They want you to call them. They want you to become a client of theirs. Send them a retainer, $1,000, $2,000, to join a bunch of other people to sue the company. They're looking for business. They're not gonna win. You're gonna lose. You're gonna give them money for nothing. They're gonna sell you a bill of goods. We can get you all your money back, and it'll be great. Ain't gonna happen. There are like 6 law firms that yesterday, within 30 minutes, all made the same announcement, because these guys are always on the prowl for stocks that take a dump, and then they immediately claim to be launching investigations. Has nothing to do with the SEC, nothing to do with any stock exchange. It's pure hype. These guys are scumbags, but what can I say? They're lawyers, and they're looking for business. What can I say? Have you ever punched a guy? I don't think so. Uncle Bruce, did you sell your house? No, it's going to be up for sale soon. Meme stocks don't exist. Only stocks exist. The meme aspect is a phrase pushed by the news media. There you go. Bloody faces in wrestling, though. Bruce, Brant said you never punched anyone. Is this true? Are you a saint? I don't recall, ever trying to punch anybody. I really
had sisters.
I had sisters. They used to beat me up. I was I'm a lover. I'm not a fighter. I love Canadians, says Brent. ATIP, $4 strong buy. 396. It's coming. It's coming. Okay, how many times have you been punched? Oh, I was a runner when I was a kid. When we came back from Germany when I was 7, I was an expert to run away from bullies, but didn't always get away. So I got hit a few times. Oh yeah. Law firms trying to get clout. There it goes. Lawyers trying to get attention for new clients. That's right. Stacks rumor is Bruce takes the punches. Jen is the hitter. She's the hitter. That's right. She's the hitter. That's right. She did it. I saw due diligence that linked Citadel's shorting of GameStop to the money they got in 08 bailouts. Awesome members of our big community, jerks. Farmer T, most hedge funds don't invest, they short. It's free money to them and they should be illegal, but it's a mercia, man. I don't know what this means. We have a massive lawyer problem in North America. No kidding. Whole world probably. Bruce is the receiver. I take it. I bought ATP when it was a SPAC. If I can get free money, I'll take it from Lionel Hutz. Mr. or Ms. S, thank you. Thanks, bud. Thank you for the $9.99 donation. Pounds, beautiful. $395.5, $396 on ATIP, 1501 on SoFi. We're only down 18 cents on Matterport now, $13.49. Interesting. All right. Let's see what's going on here. I'm not paying the lawyers, though. No way. Yes, Aunt Jenny has a haymaker. Auntie Jen has a haymaker. She does. She throws a mean right. She gives me so many rights. I beg for lefts. I'm telling you right now. I have a confession. I called the law firm yesterday, but we didn't talk about ATIP. I just was lonely once to talk to the guys. John and ambulance chasers. Oh man. Where's E.F. Hutton when we need him? Where is this guy? Oh my gosh. $4. We're looking for $4 at ATIP. 398.5. We're going there. We're going. What's the bidding price to start bidding on the Frommer household? How much is it? We'll let you know when we list it. 398.9 right now. $3.99 a share on ATIP. Can we break $4? That's the secret. We have to bust through the $4 resistance level, and then let's see if it goes to $4.25, $4.50. Then we're going to find out. Low today, $3.66, trading at $3.99 right now. Volume 4.19 million. definitely slowing up on the volume side because there's a lack of selling coming in here. Let's see. I just bought 10 ATIP February 18s, $5.75. Nice. Let's see. I'm not sure what's going on here. Let's go. 405 says John. Yeah, 404. Like butter, hot knife through soft butter. We just went through $4 on ATIP. 404, 405 right now. How about that? Looking mucho el betero. I like this. Now let's see what's going on. I love you, Bruce, says Cheddar Stacks. Let's see what this thing can do now. We are through some resistance here. We might have a gap on this stock. Anything's possible. We're still down 67.5 cents, 405 right now. But this is interesting to bust through that $4 level just as we did in one go. Very nice. Very nice. Anyone who sold a 366 got to be feeling bad. I would think. You got to be feeling bad. Anyway, 1350 on Matterport, down 16 cents only now. Interesting. SoFi, 14.99. ATIP, 403, 404. Let's see. Yeah, darn it. ATIP killing my puts. Just kidding. 403 right now. 181.24 on GameStop. 14.99 on SoFi. Okay. The Dow, down 127 again. We've backed off, but we've been going up 2 steps, down 1, up 2, down 1, up 2, down 1 for about 2 hours or an hour and a half. Let's see if this can keep going. Can this Dow keep this pattern going and break into higher level? ATIP now 403 on the morning. Interesting. For me, Bruce, I'm down $7. Well, you were down 7.5 earlier today, so now you're only down 7. So you're not so bad off. ATIP is up again. It's coming up 404. It's a little better. Well, it's getting better. Come on, man. 440, 450, 460. It'd be kind of fun. Get that level again. Get people wondering what's happening. ATIP. I see 5 green 10-minute candles. Buckle up, kids. It's coming. I used to be a boxer. I have been punched lots of times. Yeah, that's not my forte. I'll tell you that. I'm a runner. Let's see. 403. That's right. 43.5, 44. 1501 on SoFi. Why is GameStop so stagnant? I need the volatility to write some more calls. My premiums are better when it's more volatile. Good comment. Fair comment. Fair comment. Yeah, we need volatility to get more premiums so you can make more money writing contracts. I hear you loud and clear there. Honorable intentions. Absolutely honorable. Yep. Okay. Wow. How's IBM doing? Up 12 cents. Microsoft down $4. Apple down $2. Tesla down $17. Giving it all back from yesterday. Royal Caribbean down $1. Norwegian down 64 cents. Carnival down 44 cents. Amazon down $83 to 3,600 a share, 36.16. Facebook down 5.92. Definitely lower. Interesting. Google down 47.93. So the FANG stocks are under pressure, no question about it. Just noticing Goldman down $1.98, and yet JP Morgan up 75 cents. 404 on ATIP right now is the trade, and we have like a letter J, a reverse letter J right now on the stock stock chart for ATIP. It's definitely turned around and coming back on here. 404 up from 366, so that's a 38-cent turnaround from the low of the day. Still down 64 though. We need another 15 cents to kind of make it a 50% recovery. Let's see what happens. Okay. Have you any suggestions for writing calls against GameStop? Do you have any suggestions on that? Well, today is Tuesday. It's at 180. I'm not sure if you can get much premium if you write something for this Friday, but for next week Friday, you might be looking at 190s, 195s, or 200s, possibly. But again, you may want to see if the stock goes into the green again before thinking about writing more calls. I got my ATIP calls. Oscar, 410 on the stock. 409 says John Van. I'm showing 408 right here. It's coming on. Yep, 408 now. on ATIP and coming back up again. Here we go. The GameStop volume is too low. Once we get some buying coming in, all heck will break loose. I believe it. I think ATIP is gapping out. It's starting to gap out by nickels all of a sudden. We get some selling in and it get buying, and all of a sudden there's nothing for sale. It jumps 4, 5, 6 cents in a shot. Then it comes back in with selling. Then it pops up again. We're getting volume more buying on ATIP than selling. It can't seem to hold it back right now. That's a good sign. We're up almost 40 cents a share from the low of the day in an hour. So that's looking good. Much better looking. All right. If you get into mid-September, the premiums on 200 strikes on GameStop are looking pretty nice. I just wrote a GameStop call for this Friday. I got 253 US for a 190 strike. Not saying it's going to happen, but it'd be hilarious if Wall Street Bets pumped ATIP to 30. John Van, Thursday is our day. There you go. 14.95 on SoFi, 404 on ATIP. All right, Michael's liking that comment. He's loving this. Yes, indeed, kids. We're battling here. We've come back a ways on ATIP for sure. The Dow though is now down 161 after coming in around down 90. So the Dow's getting some more pressure. Jen Doe, can't wait. Dr. Bishop, I have two. I can't wait to write. And we've got this market is boring. Yawn. How's your weather in Creston today? What can I say? My, oh my, oh my. It is what it is. The weather right now, 70. Expected high, 91. Tomorrow, 97. Friday, 99. Saturday, 100. Sunday, 91 with a 30% chance of rain. 82 degrees on Monday with a 40% chance of rain. Tuesday, Wednesday, sunny, 88, 90 for the high. So we're going to be back to normal starting Sunday. In temperature-wise, we'll be back to more or less normal. But between now and we're going to be at 100. We're going hot. We're going to get hot. 403 to 404 on ATI Physical Therapy at this moment. I know a bunch of you got some deals this morning. I congratulate you on scooping this up. What can I say? I'd rather take $2,000 for a $200 strike in September than $250 for a 190 strike this week. But I know the minute I pull the trigger, it'll take off. There you go. Woohoo. I just got some SoFi at $14.95. Nice job. Trading at $14.96 right now. A night hopping in one leg. I'm ready. Dang, you're in South Florida weather. At least you don't have giant apocalyptic iguana hordes to deal with. Not necessarily. No, not really. Yeah. Jen Doe, thanks.
Smoke.
Huh?
We got smoke.
Yeah, we get smoke. We have smoke from fires as opposed to clear skies and iguanas. What can I say? $14.95 on SoFi, 403 on ATIP, now at $3.95. Little dip coming in here on ATIP right now. Get your dip buys ready. There might be an opportunity. I don't know. Maybe. Walking as a weatherman. Well, we'll see what's going to happen here. $3.99 again on ATIP, $14.96 on SoFi. Anyway, yeah, there you go. I bought more SoFi. We'll be watching you from an Alaska cruise next week. I need my bagel gang fix. Oh, Deb, have a great cruise. I really hope you have a really great cruise. Yeah, $3.99 on ATI right now. $14.96 on SoFi. That's where we're at right at the moment, kids. Right on. Dow down 162. Okay. CDC is expected to recommend vaccinated people resume wearing masks indoors, even vaccinated. Being recommended wear masks. Next 3 days here is 106, 106, 104. It's freaking overcast right now and 75, says John Van. Hot. Be careful selling covered calls on GameStop. It limits your upside if we get real news. Buying pressure will send us skyward. But in due time, I'm going to farm covered calls on the SPACs. So let's go. Yep, says Kayla. We're $4 on ATIP. $4 right now, ATIP. AMC 38.55, just under 39. Not going very far. Matterport 13.50 down 17 cents, and 23andMe 808 down 50 cents, driving me nuts there. 14.94 on SoFi right at the moment. Dow still down 167. Unfortunately, 401 on ATIP. Get ready. Let's hope for another breakout here. Come on, baby. Let's bring in a little buy wave and then clear this stuff out to 425, 450. We have 4.4 million traded today on ATIP. 401 last trade. Okay. If you write a call way out there and get a high premium, can you be taken out early? Or you typically got to wait for expiry? Well, if you write a call that's out of the money, your stock has to get to the money before you're going to be taken out at all. Now, you write a 220 call, 240 call for, say, 3 months from now, bring in a nice premium, great. But you're not going to be bought out. Exercise, unless the stock breaks 220 or 240, depending on which contract you wrote. But you could be taken out early, sure. You could be taken out, you could be taken out next month. I mean, if the stock goes to 250 and you wrote a 240 call, you could be taken out at 240. You get to keep the premium you already got. If you got $20 premium, you sold at 260 and it's trading at 250. You're a happy camper. You'll buy back at 250 and write 280s or 300s now. Thank you. Absolutely. 404 on AATIP. So you can play that game. Absolutely. Will it be good news? What will good news give GameStop upward pressure? We've gotten plenty of good news along the way. It hasn't done so much. It all depends on the vibe of the market at that point. Of course, in the long run, will Alien ATIP 401 will stay above 406 now. 406, Phillips. I guess it's a matter of choice on GameStop. Get 2,000 for 200 strike, September 17, or 250 each week for the next 8 weeks. I like shorter expiration times, but still not 100% sure. Am I right? That is true. That's a good comment. I also prefer the shorter expiration. Again, you might do something in the middle. You might want to do that. It all depends. Anyway, Alien, you're a big SoFi guy. SoFi now, 1496, ATIP 406 right now. And GameStop 180.02 at the moment. Matterport 1353 down 14 cents right now. Okay, but the 250 isn't always worth the risk for me. There's that too. There is that. Riding further out has its comfort levels. For sure. Yeah, definitely has its comfort levels. All right. 404 to 405 on ATIP. 1493 on SoFi. Picking up more SoFi if it's coming down here. I was asking because let's say, for example, you wanted to exit a position, write a call near the money, way out-wise. Why not collect a huge premium on top of it? There's always that. You might get exercised. You never know. We were at 320 a few weeks ago based on earnings anticipation and over 200 based on the hope of the NFT date. NFT date in the docs was the launch date. And at least with the long term, I'd be getting some serious premium and still seeing where I'm happy being wiped out. Exactly. Yep, I have some SoFi and look for a deep to load up more. 405 on ATIP right now. Dow's down 179 going lower. SoFi 1492 down 59 cents. GameStop 179.90 under 180 right now. ATIP 406, 405, 406. AMC 38.51 down $1.78. Matterport 13.51 down 16 cents. 23andMe 804 down 54 cents. Bruce, do you think Apple is dipping before earnings announcement? If so, why? It's possible. It's speculation. The stock's had a good run the last 3 weeks. People might be selling on anticipated news. On the other hand, they might come up with stellar numbers, but they might warn about future quarters. That could spook the investors back a little bit. One never knows. We're going to follow this, of course, tonight. After the bell, we'll be here watching. Oh, if I could stop yawning, I'm going to need a nap between shows. I'll tell you that. Get my energy level back up. But I'm looking forward to seeing what happens here. A big day today. It's a big day with regard to earnings, no question. All right. The Yank is saying, Vilbus, RC said, we won't make news till we take action. Selling covered calls is dicey unless you have lots of other shares to enjoy the upside if and when buying pressure comes in. Anti, right on, Alien. Alien hold had 19K. You only live once there, but I couldn't stop myself. Close 3,500 from there to buy at ATIP at 417 average. Gowdy, it does confuse me how we get so much red every day and never see any green days worth getting excited for. I guess that's the way she goes, but damn, would love to see us all celebrating for once. I hear you there. You got to get through the red days to get to the green days. Anti-PC still wondering, waiting to see you as a rich woman. SoFi 1492, GameStop 179.85, ATIP 406, AMC 3852, Matterport 1350, ME 804. That's what we have. Dow down 183, not helping. Not helping. There you go. Now, thank you for joining me today. Those of you who are members, check your member alerts. I sent an alert message last night about this week's classes, the names of the classes. You might want to consider joining me this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, noon Eastern. Let us know. Send us a private email. Tell us you're interested. The email address is inside your alert, or it's always down below in the description. Say, Bruce, I want to be invited to Saturday's class or Sunday's class or both. Let me know. Thank you for joining us. Those of you going to my website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca, checking out the first classes, the first 4 we uploaded. Appreciate that. Fantastic. We'll be adding 2 more classes today or tomorrow. They're being done right now, hopefully very shortly. Thank you for all of that. I'll be here at 3 o'clock Eastern time today for the final hour of trading today, and the aftermarket. We'll see what these earnings look like from all these monster companies. 406 on ATIP, a 40-cent correction, a bump back, a bounce back from the low of the day of 366. So ATIP has had a 40-cent bounce back to be down 66 cents. So that's an improvement. Let's see if we can get another dime or two out of this and go even higher. That would be fabulous. Anyway, let's see what happens. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Uncle B. Thanks, Drew. Let's see. PC is not, it's not rich. 403 right now on the stock, ATIP. 1494 on SoFi right now. Just creative. Thank you, everybody. I will see you this afternoon at 3 o'clock, and we'll have some fun for the last hour. Let's keep an eye on the market in the meantime, see what it does, and hopefully we'll be a little richer this afternoon versus where we are now. Okay, how about that? I think we deserve it. I do too. Okay, we're working on it. That's right, we are. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Bye for now.